Content warning. Trinity Continuum Adventure, The Undesirables, contains Nazis doing Nazi stuff. While we do our best to avoid gratuitous displays of atrocity, neither do we sanitize or shy away from the all-too-real violence and oppression Hitler's regime was notorious for. Our use of Nazis as antagonists is to display our heartfelt belief that the only valid response to Nazis and authoritarians of all stripes is vigorous opposition, both at the gaming table and in real life. Hello, and welcome to Simulacra Studios presents Trinity Continuum Adventure, The Undesirables. I am your humble story guide, Scott. My pronouns are he, him, and here are my players. We're going to let Ryan start it off as usual with the introductions.
Hey, I'm Ryan. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Melvin Cohen, also he, him.
I'm Murphy. I'm playing Jackson, pronouns he, him.
Hi, I'm Abby. My pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Beth Graham, also she, her.
Hi, I'm Ray. I'm playing Emma Kowalski, both she, her.
All right, so when last we left our anti-fascist heroes, they had infiltrated a Nazi encampment deep in the Black Forest. We'll get a little cinematic here. The camera starts with the moon. It is large, it is luminous, it is slightly sinister. As it pans down and starts to move over the treetops of the dark forest of the Black Forest in Germany. Eventually, we begin to hear sounds, gunshots, the sounds of screams carrying on the wind. And eventually it tilts down and pans down to a odd combination of old village and military encampment as the muzzle flares starts to rapidly fire. There is a small contingent of soldiers engaged in a firefight with this tall, robed being that is just moving at a very slow pace towards one particular officer. It sort of jumps and matrix dodges away from getting shot. And eventually, even though it is still under this assault, it reaches that particular officer and just puts out a long hand with a terrible hand over the soldier's mouth and then just pulls. Not so much reaching in, but just sort of causing the lungs to come out of the mouth.
Legends were true.
The legends were true. There is just a general scream of panic as people stop firing at this thing because of just how horrible is what has happened. We cut briefly to a little cabin, a little shack where our heroes are taking all of the sounds of this in. It's hard to see what is happening, but there's clearly a lot of chaos. There is the sound of many, many feet running around. There is a clunk, clunk, clunk sound of mechanized suits being deployed. And then everyone hears, almost cutting through the chaos, a very stern, powerful voice shouting in German, but still in sort of a measured tone. It says, Fall back to the ring! Roust the swine and put them between it and us! Retreat, fall back! And things seem to just suddenly get a little bit more organized as there is the general thrust of the movement, all of you can tell, just going to be unified, coming in your direction.
So when he says rouse the swine, what do y'all think?
I
Well,
think
that's
we
what
know.
he said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said rouse the swine, get the pigs.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure he means the hostages.
Yeah.
So, and I think we're gonna be seeing them real soon, yeah. So we should probably figure out what we're gonna do about that.
We cut briefly back to the field of battle where Nazis are running and stumbling away. The rogue figure has stopped over his victim as it's continuing to just kind of extrude out organs. Not really doing anything with them, just sort of pinching them off and taking more. And it seems to pause once it's clear that as much as needs to come out has come out. And it puts its long, spindly fingers on the shoulders of the uniform. And it just sort of slides onto him, replacing his robe. And it becomes perhaps a more familiar figure to our modern sensibilities. Just a besooted tall being. But yeah, I need everyone here to roll initiative for me. To remind you, initiative is the lower of your dex plus empathy or athletics plus cunning.
What is it going to actually do?
I know. I'm like, I don't know.
You don't have to. Remember, it's a group initiative.
Yeah, it is a group initiative.
It's 8s or higher?
8s or higher.
Mhm.
Okay, I only got 1 then.
Okay, so we got a 3, 3, 2 1s. I need to roll for at least 2 figures.
I don't.
At least one button.
At least,
I have to
maybe.
say,
Does
I
the
want
bot actually get initiative, or is it just meta?
to rack my brain trying to figure out what I might know about buttons.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. We can.
Yeah. I mean, there.
Get in there with that Enigma score,
We
please.
might have time for that.
Okay. So, all right. So we've got 2 people on 3, 2 people on 1 in terms of your team. Let me consult something real quick. Who would like to take the first initiative round? Keep in mind, you guys are in a shack in sort of the middle of this desolate village. You don't necessarily know. You know that the enemy is coming your direction. You don't know what exactly they plan on doing.
I could try to figure out what they're about to do.
Yeah.
Like exactly what they're going to do. If I'm smart at it. I'm pretty
I
sure.
hand you my binoculars. They give you close one.
Yeah, also, I can run up. I can at least get to a vantage point and look at the same time.
Yeah. It's clear that Beth is kind of looking to do an aggressive move since they're coming this way, and that may not be the smart one. So please tell me something smart.
Is the roof physically stable enough to get upon it?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like the best roof, but it could probably support one person's weight.
Okay, so Mel's probably a little more slender than me, so we'll go with that. He actually does stuff and goes outside and touches grass.
Mm.
So, he's gonna grab the binoculars that were offered to him and try to perambulate onto the roof, mantle up to the roof and just try to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
And yes, this is obviously a mixed action.
Well, here's what I'll say. I will say, what is your focus? Is your focus getting up there safely or getting up there stealthily?
Stealth.
Okay, so this is going to be an integrity roll, and there's going to be a one level complication on this to do so with grace, essentially.
Okay, so what's the? So this is a mixed action because I'm.
It's not going to be a mixed action.
Okay, so. Okay.
Getting up there will be a larceny roll.
Okay.
And there'll be a complication on it of one level to essentially not bungle your way up there in terms of like collapsing the roof or doing something terrible. But you will be rolling to do this stealthily. The complication is that there is just there to handle any sort of athletics nonsense.
I see. Well, part of this is to also, I want to see them. I want to actually figure out what they're doing.
Yeah, no, you'll be getting up on the roof will give you that vantage point.
Okay. Can I use composure since I'm trying to
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
calm while doing this very dangerous thing? Well, got one success.
Okay, you got one success. So what happens is, even though like you're able to get up there stealthily, you're glad that there's a lot of noise going on because like you essentially like as you're getting up, the handheld that allowed you to get up here sort of just crumbles, and a bit of the roof collapses in. So no one else is getting up here, at least not by that way, and you're gonna have some trouble getting down. But yeah, now you're up on the roof, and yeah, you get a vantage point. You see essentially that barracks area is getting emptied out. and you see like the headlamps of these 3 mecha suits. They're not as big as the one that you guys blew up in Pennsylvania, but they do look formidable. And they are all either making their way towards or preparing to make their roads down sort of the main road in this encampment past where you guys are. It looks like they're heading into the other side of the encampment that you guys haven't really gotten a chance to get a look at.
Okay, can I get eyes? Do I have eyes on the guy with the booming voice?
Yes, you absolutely do. He has climbed up on sort of the structure of one of the mecha suits. He's like held to it with a handhold. He is at once kind of just the most like stereotypical Nazi motherfucker you've ever seen, but he also looks like he's been through some shit. Like he's was at once an attractive man, but has battle scars, and he has close cropped blonde hair that he has that fucking cap on it. And probably the most notable feature about him is that you see that his dress, while it is sort of the stereotypical Waffen-SS, Hugo Boss suit, it seems to be oddly tailored. There are pauldrons on the side, like metal, almost probably Teutonic knight-style pauldrons. And the way it hangs, you wouldn't doubt that there's some sort of plating in there.
That's a fancy Nazi.
And he has a bullhorn that he is shouting orders at. And you see him like point to a small contingent of maybe about 3 soldiers and point. He points towards the cabins the group of cabins that you guys are in, and then to where in the direction of where you cut that fence.
Okay, so good. So we now have. Yeah, the prevention's fine. Definitely, we're in the place where they live, so they're all coming here. Also, we got 3 of those little mech suit guys coming by to whatever the hell's coming through the fence.
So pick them off as they go by.
How many? Well, it's like we're looking at a lot of guys here.
There are a lot of guys.
If we don't do this right, we're gonna get swarmed and murdered. So, how are we gonna? I'm kind of sticking my head through the hole I created.
Mhm.
Okay, so like, how are we gonna do? Oh, we don't really have that much time to talk to me. Sorry.
And, like, Beth is legit gonna look up and be like, okay, jump the ones coming, mess with the mechs, run for the big house. Tell me one of them.
I don't know.
Okay. All right, we're gonna.
Someone's coming this way.
So you guys still have a 3 for someone to take action here.
Do you want to go?
I can. You have firearm if you want to, like, go after them at a range, but I can certainly get in there.
They definitely don't know we're here yet.
That's the thing. If I
All right, yeah, that's fine. I can try and grab someone stealthily. It's not my finest, but I can certainly get in there. So yeah,
I can also set traps.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
That's nice.
I have tons of
time?
yes. Well, yeah.
Well,
You're good.
I don't-
Technology rolls.
I feel like if you could let a bunch of them get past us, set the trap so they can't come back, then we rescue the children and get the fuck out of here.
You know, I love that plan actually. Cool.
I mean,
I like
or I just say that quickly, like, let them
Yeah.
get past us, set traps so they can't come back, rescue the children and get away from that big guy.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, sure.
So what action is happening on 3?
Oh, I can't do the trap stuff. You want me to just actually sneak out and try and find the kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
fine.
Okay.
That's the plan.
All right. Okay.
That's my action.
Okay. Let's see. So yeah, give me a larceny roll
Got
to
it.
sneak out and find those kids.
Sure. Let's see. Can I put resolve with, or would you rather a physical?
Resolve is fine.
Okay. Got it. And without a trace if it helps.
Always be sneaky.
Bisnickens? Always Bisnickens. Okay. You guys are out. You're out. You're at 0, so we'll reroll again. Cool. No, 3.
3 successes. Okay, fantastic. So you make your way very stealthily around the cabins. You're kind of checking things, like looking into one, trying to find out, because there were candles lit in, like candlelight coming out of all of them. And it is at this point that we're going to have a very, very fortuitous interaction of timing. Because one of your opponents is going to be doing some dramatic editing. Not that you know any of this,
No.
but the Mechanatrix is going to dramatically edit that the children are able to come upon a route of escape of their own. So as you come upon the cabin that like you see and hear movement in, you look inside and you see something very strange. You see about 8 figures kind of like huddled in clearly the panic mode. And one of them seems to be like on the floor, like scrapping at the floor. And you see all of a sudden, they like say, I found a spot. Like, well, you don't speak German.
Not at all.
No, you don't speak German. You just hear him exclaim, like, I found a good spot. And you just see him start to dig under the cabin and like pulling out massive chunks of earth behind him as he literally starts to tunnel into the earth.
Go, Mole Boy.
Okay. I mean, Beth's going to have a reaction, but we still have other people's turns.
Yeah, so you get that and you see this.
Yep.
So now we have our Nazi friends are going to
Knocking.
Yep.
It's always so disappointing.
Yeah,
I felt that turned out to be Nazi.
yes, that's true. They're not our friends, but our Nazi associates. They begin to make their way similarly along the road. They essentially enter into your field of vision. You can see them with their guns out. Like one of them has a flashlight as they come to check all of the cabins. They check one next to you before first. And they sort of go in, find no one there, and proceed to make their way over to one of the cabins that remains. There's one where you guys are, there's one sort of a little bit down the road, and then there's the one that Beth has found. So they're going to come up to sort of a near one. Let's go with a high or low as to whether or not they are checking your cabin first. Who wants to call high or low?
I'm not doing
I mean, for the cabin that Beth's in, low.
Well, they're not checking that one yet.
Cool.
There's
What do you call it?
Oh, ours? The one we're hiding in? Hi.
Okay, all right. So if they roll high, well, I'll ask the question. If they roll high, which cabin do you want them to be checking?
Ours.
Yeah.
Let's start this fight.
Okay.
I just like the only other option is to make a noise at the other one, which doesn't do any good.
Okay. Yeah, they turn their way to your cabin and open the door.
I'm probably standing right there. Like,
Okay. So yeah, now we have 2 ones.
Well, dramatically.
I mean, I like to imagine because I would have been at the ready. So basically, they open the door and I unload on them.
Okay. All right. May give me an aim roll.
I will have had my long gun out, so I know I know that would pose a complication. I believe.
Yeah. It.
Not sure how bad it is.
Let's see.
Good for strength.
Good for extreme and to long, basically. But yeah, in short range or whatnot. Yeah, it'll provide an enhanced difficulty.
Is there another way out of the Sherlink?
There's like a window.
Okay.
3. Man, that's a shit ton of dice. 2 successes, but maybe I'll get another one. Nope. Unfortunately, that is 2 successes, 2 enhancement, but then I know that I will lose 1 for.
Yeah, you lose 1.
So that is 2 successes and 1 enhancement, so that's 3 total. To shoot that guy in the face.
It ain't nothing.
All right, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm looking up some stats.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Okay, yeah. So how many total successes did you get?
3.
3 successes. Okay, yeah, you do. Let's see, do they have any armor? Yeah, you are able to pop him 1, yeah, you pop him 1, and he takes it and he says, "Ah, my Laban."
They know we're here.
So we have another 1. So you have 3 dudes sort of at the door. One who just taken a bullet.
Okay. Do they also have guns, I assume?
Oh yeah, they have guns.
I guess next physical action. I could try and amplify the damage you did to the guy in the front, or I could try and be stupid and attack.
Go with your heart. Go with what's fun.
You've got a stun. I don't know what that
Yeah, I've got stunning pulse, which can stun anybody within the close range.
Okay.
Is there one of the guys that's coming through the door? It's particularly big and maybe would block it.
Sure, absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, I guess we'll go with a stun impulse on them. Make sure I've got this one right. I believe it's Enigma or Enigmas. So first we'll use Enigmas. An Int or Resolve. So first we'll go with Resolve. The stun on in close combat. I guess they still have to get up in there though. Kind of.
Yeah, you do have to get up in his drill.
Alright, I will still get up there with my fucking dagger. And just like real quick, just like dash up, smack him in the head with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky, maybe I can catch something in the throat area, and then like I'm gonna quickly back away and roll my 10 dice and pray to God that
Sure.
those are nice to me.
Okay.
5, 6, 7.
So do you have to like physically hit them first?
I think.
Okay, first that's going to be a close combat roll then.
Okay.
To hit.
Okay. Fine. My things to make myself good at close combat. How this whole thing works. Look up stunning pulse. Really fast. Not that many gifts. Okay, that's the start of biological. Just want to make sure I get this right. The most interesting part of the game.
Yay! Looking up our abilities.
Sorry.
It's no problem.
Okay, it's got to be the next box. There's only 3 sections for my fucking. Impulse. Here we go. Oh no, it's projectiles. So it's a mental frequency to deliberate.
Okay, all right. So yeah, just go ahead and roll your thing.
Yep. So yeah, it's my 10 dice
You mind taser
against
him.
against their defense of all targets within close range.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh. Get all them terrible people.
Please be good dice. Okay, you're very nice dice. You guys would be great in Aberrant.
Most things would.
Okay, that's 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Let's see what this does. Rather than deal damage, imposes a stun condition for a number of rounds equal successes to over defense.
Okay, so they're going to be stunned for this round.
Okay.
All right, and then we are gonna hit up to the top of the round again. You guys. So yeah, you got 2 people at 3 to go.
Can I see the mechs at this point?
Yeah, you see the mechs as they are like chomping down.
About how close are they to one another? Like short range within short of each other?
No, they're spaced out. They are.
Smart bastard.
Yeah, they're smart bastards. Now, I will say, like, there's still a lot of like chaos and movement, and like, as of yet, they seem to be focused on getting past you.
That's right. We're not. Okay, they're going towards the thing.
They're going towards a part of the encampment that you haven't gone yet. You remember he said, fall back to the ring.
The ring. So they seem to be whatever this ring is. Well, yeah, I guess that. So you. Well, okay. I'm sorry. I'm being difficult. But like, they're going towards the fence, not the mechs are, but everyone else
Yeah,
is going the other way.
everyone.
Okay.
So from what you could tell, the plan is everybody's getting the fuck out of here.
Gotcha.
But they're heading to this back of the encampment that you guys haven't seen yet, where this ring is. These three guys are supposedly gathering up these kids
Okay, so
to throw them at the Baden-Baden.
They didn't actually send that many dudes to do this.
To come, yeah, they basically came ahead of the main body.
Oh, well, fuck these guys then. Okay, that makes things a little easier.
Can you see the Baden-Baden?
Probably not.
Yeah, the Baden-Baden has yet to approach. It seems to be doing something of his own accord.
You know, I think the time for niceness is gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna peek because I'm sure they're gathered in the doorway, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like stun locked in the doorway.
I'm gonna just reach down because I can't imagine, and I'm just gonna grab the top of one's head and caloric bolt him in the top of the head.
Okay, do it. Make that roll.
Hey, Klaus. This is probably new. No one's seen him do this one before.
Look at his head. We're just pulling out all the stops this time.
Not the time to play around.
That's fair. Just done so many.
Doesn't have any as far as I can tell, so that is one of the downsides of it. 2 successes.
2 successes. Totally unable to do anything. I was surprised as this blast of purple energy just rocks through this guy and he falls.
Was that the one I just shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Al.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna make a roll for somebody.
Oh,
Yeah.
could somebody sense Teloric in the
yeah.
area?
Oh yeah. No, that wasn't smart. That was that was expedient, not smart.
Yeah. We will cut to we'll cut to sort of deep in the throng of Nazis as the Mechanatrix pulls out a little device that starts to buzz, and she kind of like
does.
pokes at it and she starts to look around. But yeah, so yeah, the who wants to go next? We got another 3.
I mean, I'm
Check
gonna.
out kids.
I'm still gonna keep working with kid stuff.
Yeah, so if you want to do stuff with kids, yeah, this kid has started to just like tunnel under the cabin through the earth, and the other kids are just like rousing and looks like they're ready to follow him under.
Sure. Does it look like? Oh, sorry, you were.
I do have one question. So how many? So are of the 2 Nazis left? Are they both stunned?
Oh yes, they're both stunned
Okay,
for until the next round.
That was all I cared about. That they're all stunned because I don't give them before we have
Right.
to take them out.
Yep. No worries.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. So I know that there's somebody coming towards the building.
Yeah.
What are? Is it? Does it look like they are close? Like I need to deal with this now, or?
You look back and you see that the dudes that were coming your way have stopped at your cabin. And like you look back just in time to see like this flash of purple energy rock one of them.
Okay, so there is nobody coming in.
There's no one coming directly to you at the moment.
Perfect.
Other than the horde of Nazis that are coming down sort of the main road. But like this cabin is like off to the side a little bit.
All right, well, this will be its own level of adventure because none of us can communicate. but Beth will step forward quickly, do the gesture, and immediately just start hauling Earth up because she does touch grass and is huge.
Oh, so you're basically coming in and helping.
Yes.
Okay. Give me
Should have
a
given you my ring.
persuasion roll, please,
Oh,
to not
no.
spook these kids.
Nope. Okay. You know what?
Do you still have that guy's? Didn't he give one of us a thing to show us?
He gave one to her.
Me.
She's got it. I don't
And I
have
should
it.
have. I was thinking, like, what is something I could give Beth on the way out to wish her good luck? And I couldn't think of anything.
It's all right. Sometimes you just
Need a
can't.
moment.
I will. This is one of the few times I'll remind you. For one inspiration, you can make a small retroactive change.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was like, okay, do I do dramatic editing or do I do facets? Okay. Yeah, no. So, do we want to just do the dramatic editing for I have the ring?
Yes.
It'll probably help a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
It'll make this
Spending.
little cluster. It'll free us up to take care of the bigger problems.
Yeah.
No problem. So there is.
Yeah, the brooch. It was the sister's brooch.
Ah.
Maria.
So yeah. So then in that case, it's the gesture and then like showing the brooch.
Okay, noted.
Okay.
Still make the roll, please.
Absolutely. Yeah. No
Yeah,
problem.
is it Maria
So the
or
persuasion
Maria.
and. I mean, she's got some presents. Let's see if anything comes of it.
I don't know, the only Maria I can think of is.
Hey, 2.
2 successes.
2 on 2. I'll take.
With the brooch, like they seem a little spook, but then one of them seems to like calm them, like step forward and like recognize it, and like she does what she can to calm the rest, and you just head on in. Give me an athletics roll. This kid is already 2 feet deep.
Sure.
Like he seems to be incredibly capable at moving this earth.
He really is mole boy.
Sure.
And he wants it.
Look,
I
you
don't
know what? I
think-
want it for them too. So let's do that.
Okay.
Stamina.
Sure.
All right.
No, it's
No, that's-
damn it.
Cool. So just the 2.
Okay. So what you are able to do, because you quickly realize that you do not need to get in this kid's way.
Oh.
He seems to but what you are able to do is essentially take big chunks of earth that he has dislodged and like move them out of the way, bring them back up the tunnel, so that he has less stuff piling in on him as he begins to burrow out. And he seems to be creating a burrow. Like he doesn't seem to be like trying to move where he's just trying to like make a space where everyone can get into.
Got it. So they're making a bunker, like a hiding hole. All right. Perfect.
And you are able to help him move that progress along incredibly. So yeah, now we're back to the Nazis are stunned. Mechanatrix has figured something is up, and let's see what the Unterführer does. The Unterführer is going to Uesauer. You did find something with his name, yeah.
Yes, I
Yes, this is in fact Unterführer Uesauer.
I knew it like that. That's what they sound. Like,
So he is
Then.
just absolutely putting terror into his troops, and they are moving on the double. So like the first mech has like gotten into kind of this part where you guys are, along with like a dozen troops, and they are just like marching their way through the area. He seems to be focused on maintaining morale and purpose, dedication to his
all
orders.
sorts.
Yeah. So now we have 2 ones to go.
You want to lie?
Either one.
Cover your ears, Emma.
Mhm.
As I step up
Should
and but draw my pistol and reach over your shoulder to shoot at the next stunned Nazi.
Ooh, ooh.
Back away.
Oh, that is 3 total.
3 total. Okay, yeah, you are able to, with his stunned nature, you're able to just dome one of them, and he falls dead.
Oh, that's good.
So we just got the one left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I scurry back to try to look out the window of the other side to see the guys going past after I shoot.
Yeah, it's not hard to keep track on the massive troop
Yep.
movement.
Okay. That's gonna be me. Alright. Step of mind. Enigmas for close combat.
It's pretty sweet.
Yep. And then let's see, mind over matter. Use resolve, not might, to attack +1 power strike? Yes.
Power scale.
Power scale.
Ah,
Aha. That's what we'll do.
scale is good.
Yep.
That was
Always,
good.
always be scaling. I
Okay.
can verify that.
Ain't free,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
usually.
I'll save it in case I have to shoot the bad and bad.
Thankfully, I think I have weaponry that will work on the bottom if we actually have to fight it.
Hopefully not. Oh, maybe we can negotiate. Like Faye,
You
right?
take those guys' lungs. I prepared them for you.
Listen, there's some plenty fresh lungs all over here.
I can
They're not-
promise you.
They're
Like,
not full of much. They don't have much in them anymore. I don't know if that's a thing you care about, Mr. Baden-Baden.
spend an
Do
inspiration.
you like animal lungs?
I'll make sure I'm doing this right.
Giant. No.
Okay, that's 3. Down 1 to go. Resolve rather than might. It gains +1 power scale.
I brought you an art review.
Okay. And the other one. You said I could only use 1 inspiration per.
Yeah, you can only spend 1 inspiration per action.
Okay. Yep. So then I can't use Fist of the Mind, but I can use that. And we can just go for some stabbies. Good old fashioned stab times. So yeah, I'm just gonna go up to the other one and I'm just gonna plant my dagger right through his neck and just
Okay, make it happen.
and then get spent.
Hey.
So for anyone who doesn't, ring rolling well,
Ooh,
Yeah, it's not.
way better than us is like
really rare,
This is
guys.
rare.
We've been gaming together so long, I've never seen it.
I've had a 10 explode, so that is 3 successes.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. You are able
Saved
to.
them up.
Yeah, you. He just falls to the ground, blood pouring out.
Awesome. Also, I'm gonna take like whatever weapons I can get off this piece of shit.
Yeah, he's got a pistol and a rifle.
Yeah, I want those. I can't aim, but I'm taking them.
extra rifles.
Yes.
They all do. I mean, they all.
Yeah, they all got
And a flashlight.
Ooh, so we've got
plugging.
6 extra pistols, rifles, and
Fraction.
3 flashlights.
I'll take one of those flashlights off the guy I just shot.
All I hear is pipe bomb.
Okay, yeah. So, right. So all these 3 Nazis are dead, and we're gonna go move back up to the top of the round. What is everyone doing? The troop movements are making their way to the thing. Who wants to take the 3? Got 2 3s and a 1.
I can rejoin group if I go first.
Go.
Okay. So again, once they are, tucked away, then looks like the lights and the everything has died over at the other place. She's like, oh well shit, they're fighting.
They were fighting.
And pretty much once the kids are secure, Emma's gonna not Emma. Yes, Beth. Beth is gonna sneak back.
As you are leaving, the one that you've identified as Maria, grabs onto the hem of your shirt and she's pulling you in,
Like she's trying to pull me in the bunker.
yeah.
And as soothingly as she can, because she doesn't understand.
Mhm.
That's like, I'm tough. I'm okay. I'm tough. I gotta go help my friends. Okay.
She says she sort of nods, and like the boy who was making the thing sort of like pushes her, like pulls her back in, and then like takes one of the big chunks of rock and like pulls it over the hole.
Okay. Wow, that kid is really strong. We're gonna have to, I don't know, maybe report that to someone. I don't know. Probably just leave them alone.
Get the stalwart.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah. So give me another larceny roll, please,
Sure.
because there are people close by.
Sure.
Probably pull these bodies in and shut the door if we haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
That is 2.
Okay, yeah. You are able to sneak your way sort of around the other cabin, avoiding the patrols. As you sort of like come around the side to the door, you catch a glimpse of what looks like one of those mechanical suits peeling off from the main body, heading in your directions with the woman that you recognize as the mechanatrix sort of leading it.
Oh, so she's walking in front.
She's walking in front of it and is coming in the direction of these cabins now.
Okay.
But you are able to get back into the cabin. You find your friends pulling bodies in and looting their corpses.
So yeah, one of the robots is okay. Kids are safe. Wow, was that interesting? One of the robots is coming, and the mechanatrix is here with it.
Ew.
Anyway, I think they're on to us.
Thanks. Over to the window and try to get a glimpse of what she told us.
Yeah, you guys are seeing that like the cavalcade of troops come by. There's probably about 2/3 of the people that are here are either like are past you or in the process of getting past you. And she looks like, yeah, you look to the window, you see kind of like the headlamps of this thing moving. More than anything else, you see the lights coming from it, and you hear the sort of mechanical clunking, and you catch a glimpse of the mechanatrix. She has this sort of little device in her hand that she's kind of very, very Ghostbusters-ish waving around.
I try to take the first shot, or I can try to do a distraction to get them not to peel off more.
Distraction's probably a good idea.
All right. Mel kind of just sighs a little bit, and he goes to the window, and he just shatters a window and just screams, "Raus! Schwein! Raus!" Just in German, just start saying just
The horrible shit. Okay.
horrible shit.
Okay. Give me a persuasion roll.
Persuade them to go.
Well, persuade like the performance. Okay.
What attributes? Let's see. Cunning, I'm gonna get. Let's do cunning. This seems the most that it jump pop to him. Better make it so that they think things are going fine over here at least. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. As you're sort of you look and like keeping an eye on things. You actually hear the sound of the mechanical thing stop, and you see sort of the figure, this sort of lone figure, start to proceed closer to the cabin that you guys are in, where she's hearing the sounds coming from. And she pulls something out of like her satchel that looks very technological and nasty.
She got a weird goo. Careful. Don't get hit by it. I think that's basically my turn.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so she is starting to come without the mech suit support up to your the cabin where she's hearing these sounds come from.
Okay. I don't think do we have another 3?
I think we're out. I mean, we don't have turns right now. Like they're trying to us for out of initiative.
Yeah.
If you can hit her, I can make it hurt a lot.
Oh, I can hit her. Oh, if we have a turn, I will take a
Yeah.
shot at her.
Oh, yeah. So you're gonna take a shot at her.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we're down to ones.
No, we're not down to ones yet. Actually, you with a 3, so it's actually going to be her turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
She approaches the cabin door, and like using this sort of technological thing, she like disintegrates the door, and she speaks in German. She says, "Stay away from the kids, you fucking assholes," and like sees dead Nazis, you guys.
Yeah, we were.
What
We
is
were
she,
here to help the kinder.
what is she saying?
She's telling us to stay away from the kids.
You guys have shocked her. Like she's not like mechanically stunned, but you have shocked her enough, and whoever wants to take an action can take an action.
You seem pretty hell-bent on shooting her, so if you're going to shoot her, now's the time to shoot her. I mean, you're not going to kill her.
No.
No,
I know she has defense against this. I want to get spin inspiration for scale.
Okay, good idea.
I don't care. I don't care if she likes kids.
Still helping Nazis.
Choose your friends better.
Yeah, they didn't really yeah, they filtered in the death camps rage, but not in a nice way.
So that is with enhance. So I have to get 1 enhancement from my pistol and 2 from scale. So that is 6 total successes.
6 total successes. Okay, fantastic.
I did. They didn't get me
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. 6 successes. Enhancement machine success. So yeah, you are actually able to do a damage to her. She gets, you sort of shoot her in the shoulder, and she is not happy about that.
Emma, if you want.
Sure thing. That sounds great. So it's going to use Amplify.
Mm-hmm.
Applies a complication rating equal to the destructive facet, which is 3, to the target's next physical action. If failed to buy off the injury condition, they lose the next action.
Okay, noted. Is that just a thing that happens?
It's in the other book.
It's the adventure book. Hold
Not
on.
the adventure book, the other one.
It's in the core book.
The special one, I think. The green one.
The green one?
The PDF, the Amplify. What's the stuff we learned about in...
Okay, so it's going to be adventure. It's going to be you're using a psychic gift, biological. What's the name of the gift?
Amplified? Is what I thought it was. Pain amplification.
Pain application. Okay, I can just look that up then.
Yep, my bad.
Okay, spend an information to gain access to the following stunt or close combat. Okay, so yes, you have to make a close combat attack,
That's right.
and you can spend a success to apply the amplified complication on it.
Well, luckily she's right here.
Yeah.
So, all right. Goodbye, my darling. Until fate for fave. These one actually can see pretty well. That's 3 successes.
Unfortunately, she ducks out of the way of your knife. Okay, there's gonna be another 1. Those are yeah. Okay, yeah, that's you. Okay, so we're at top of the round. So we've got the 3s.
Beth is legit actually going to try and grapple and say, you better tell us where they're going right now.
Yeah.
And like,
Okay, so are you trying? You're gonna try and grapple her.
yeah, just
Okay,
physically.
then that's gonna be a close combat roll.
That's something I don't think she's trying to maybe expecting.
I mean, is what it is.
Unless you get like a very silly punch belt. It's a belt with a giant fox on it. Yeah.
See if I got anything
Followed
else
by
here.
Helpful
Nope. Cool.
Dog. We do have momentum we haven't been using, by the way.
Yes, that's true.
That's good. Yeah, I might have to ask for some of that.
Okay. You can spend a total of half of it.
When did you? What did you get?
I just rolled the one success.
Well, 3 didn't do it, so her defense is probably pretty high right now.
So too high for that.
I don't think the math says that it won't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want to.
Cool.
Yeah, unless you want to give yourself scale.
And then you can pass it off as like an enhancement, but that's only if you actually succeed.
Yeah, you have to succeed on the
No
side.
worries, we got a lot.
Yeah,
of
you have not.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with failing.
I'll just get it.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
so you fail, but that adds
Yeah.
momentum.
It's
The
literally.
power +1 power skill wouldn't have helped me with.
No, you still have to hit her.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But yeah, no. So Beth basically like.
But did it have +1 power skill?
Yeah, because I had to use mind over matter.
Okay.
Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to.
So that would have added 2 to enhancement. How many successes did you roll?
3.
Okay, yeah, no, you are. Then you would be able to apply that
Okay.
condition to her.
Okay.
So yeah, she is, if next time she acts, she's gonna have to do that.
Okay.
So that condition is applied to her. You still missed her.
Sure.
There's
Yeah.
another 3.
It's like, lady, you better start thinking about where they're going, and then lunges and misses. Damn it.
Throw a poison snake spine into her
Did we get a momentum for fail?
Yes.
Awesome.
because I feel like if I poison her, that would be bad.
You could take if you need. If you need
Oh,
inspiration.
the yeah. I was about to say consolidate.
Consolation.
Consolation. Yeah.
Yeah. Not for right now.
Yeah. No. It's like
Okay.
that's
It's got to be
that's
got to be a bigger thing to gain the
Okay.
inspiration.
that's a
back.
God
Mhm.
choice.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna, since we're already in Bolt Town,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna be like, sorry. Boom.
Okay, so you're tolerant bolting her.
Oh yeah. Just because she likes kids, I'm not softening on her.
No.
But we need the information.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna kill her.
Okay.
I was planning on doing my thing to make her talk next time.
Nice.
My next
Excellent.
go. I softened her up
Yeah,
a
I
bit.
can't like force
yeah.
her. I can't force her to be our friend. Or anything.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I mean, she can resist me.
That's the realm of aberrance.
So. Actually, what am I saying? I'm not gonna throw. I'm just gonna throw some shit at her. I'm just as good at throwing things. So I do in fact hurl one of those fucking snake spines into her.
Okay, noted.
And
From the roof, just
no, I jump down.
you jump down. Okay.
So with that, I get, let's see, that's 3 plus 1. Okay, so it's 4, and I don't know if that's enough to hit her. So can I make that decision after I find out whether it hits her or not, or do I need to make it now?
About what? Momentum?
Using momentum.
Yeah. If you want to use it now, you can.
Can I use 2 momentum?
Sure.
Have that.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
so that puts me at 6.
6. Gotcha. Okay, and you're throwing a snake spine at her. Okay, next physical action. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you throw a snake spine into her. She does not like that at all. And seems to like start like just the wooziness of like the 1-2 combo punch of that. And she is going to attempt to run.
Nah.
We'll see.
No.
Oh, there's a sad kitty outside.
The kitty doesn't want her to run away either.
So she is.
It's really, really, really hard unless she has. I mean, I know she has lots of super science things. but
Yeah.
Getting away from us is basically impossible.
Rocket boots.
She has a disintegration ray.
Yeah, she hasn't thought to shoot any of us with it, so that's great.
Fair.
I think she realized.
Maybe it doesn't work on living organics. I don't know.
Or it's just you walk into a room with 4 people who want to beat your ass.
Mhm.
Oh shit.
Bad odds.
All right. So woozy as she is, she
That's with her complication.
that's with her complication. She takes like a stumble step back, turns on her heel, and fucking bolts. I just rolled 7 successes on an athletics roll.
Great.
Damn.
Sure.
I
Okay.
dig it, man.
She-
So she She is currently at short range from you guys. She has busted ass heading back to her mech suit escort.
Get her.
I am going to try to shoot her again.
Okay.
Oh no, you don't.
Grenades. Wish we had grenades.
I do.
Ooh.
You're busy
I
right
have
now.
lots of grenades. I have 10 grenades, actually. I just
Jesus.
haven't seen a reason to use them yet.
Okay, that's better.
Grenades actually aren't really good unless people are bunched up.
She's gonna be
I'll
next
give
to
us
the
a
neck.
scale again on this one. Though.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. If she gets to the mech, grenade.
Choom.
We'll find out how good their athletics are in the big mech suit.
Well, that was promising.
Man, it's exploding tins. None have actually exploded. Nope. Okay, so that is 7 total successes.
7 total successes. Fantastic. And you have scale.
Well, yeah.
So, so yeah, you score a solid hit on her. Like you see, it seems to just you shoot her in the back, and she just sort of stumbles forward a little bit, but she still seems to be moving forward. So I think that leaves Ray, Emma. You have 1 action left.
Okay.
Should have just yelled at her and made her talk to me.
Ah.
She looks fucked up, but still on her feet.
That is like, yeah. Oops.
Oopsie. Yeah, everything I have is close combat, so. Fuck it. Can I try and shoot her with one of my shiny new rifles?
Yeah, you can shoot her with a gun.
Whatever.
Probably a pistol would be better because it has the more appropriate range.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it'll just basically be a two enhancement pistol.
All right. Can I use my resolve? Because I'm really determined
Sure
to try and
thing.
shoot this bitch. All right, fine then. Got one.
Unfortunately, that is not enough. She her magneto belt pings the bullet off of that.
Damn. Well, it was worth it.
All right. So we're at the top of the round. She goes in between the sets of you.
So she's still running.
She's still running.
Let me, unless you want to use your thing to make her talk.
I was going to actually.
Use your thing to make her talk.
Do it.
Yeah.
So I have a gift called Before I Die.
Mhm.
Spin an inspiration. Your character provokes someone into a monologue about their plans or anything really, buying time. They spend their next action monologuing instead of doing anything else. If they can use swords, they may attempt to resist. And then it has what to do for the resistance.
Okay. So yeah, what is the rolls for this?
Okay, she rolls integrity versus composure, and I roll command versus manipulation.
Okay.
And I don't know, an offer of let you live XX way.
Uh,
Even if it's a lie, it could be a lie. It doesn't have to be true.
Well, I was gonna, if you really cared about those kids, you would probably want to stop and tell me what your plans are.
Okay.
Get in there, Jackson.
Boy.
Hopefully, she speaks English. Oh my God! Yay!
Hey.
MU 7
Use enhancement if you need it.
enhancement just adds all successes, right? If we
Raw successes if you, if you spend it.
So I got 3.
She rolled 2.
Ah, well.
Oh,
So yeah, she's just sort of like the as damaged as she is, like her ankle twists a little bit, and she just sort of like stumbles to the side and like sort of turns
gotta
back.
pull up after
Yeah, she like turns back to you, and she's like, she says, "Look, I understand. I'm working for these bastards, and but there's a limit. There's a limit to what I can stomach. They're heading to the other world. To the reason why we're here. And yes, no, I wasn't okay with them. Whatever it is that has gotten in being fodder for the children. That's not what I signed on for. But we're doing great science here. What we found over there is beyond anything. Wait, I remember all of you. You were in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Don't tell me. Aeon, right?
You're here to help. And then I throw another snake spine into her.
Okay. Okay. Give me that roll.
I can hit her at any range of these things.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
and it ain't made of metal.
Made of snake.
She's gonna make snake repellent now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unless these are okay, so it's gonna be just 3, unfortunately.
Yeah, she ducks to the side, and is going like, yeah, she can't take any actions because you got her monologuing, but she does duck
I
out.
was just taking my 3 when
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, no, that's fine. So yeah, she ducks out of the way of that and looks like she's trying to muster the will to keep going, but you have captivated her attention for the time being. So we have 2 ones left.
All right.
I will say that the procession has continued to go by. There's probably just like the tail end of them.
What's the other dude in the mech suit up to?
The dude in the mech suit, like you see him off, like
Okay.
he's by the road.
Okay.
Like she's told him to stop by the road.
I see.
So as of yet, you have not gotten his attention.
Right.
So what are Emma and Beth doing?
Yeah. So there's a point where Beth is just kind of stunned because she's remembering the weird trees and the other world on the other side, and the fact that Nazis are going to go there. Yeah, that's nah. And so she basically, when it looks like she's about to turn and charge, Beth is going to come roaring in and just try to clock her one hard.
Okay, close combat.
Apply passion to the wound.
I make it a little bigger.
Yep.
Are you stabbing her with the Nazi knife?
Oh God. Oh, is it terrible cursed knife time?
I mean,
Alright.
it's always time for terrible cursed knives.
I'm over here throwing snakes.
You know what? That's fair. It does actually lead to the realm of the trees, so this should be messy as I'll get out. Sure. We will.
Push
we
that
will.
button.
We will stab her. We will
Okay.
stab her with the knife instead of the 5th time. Okay.
Just remember, everyone, if you're like, oh, this poor woman. No, she made drone turrets that just fired on people
For Nazis.
for.
She made them the mech suits.
She made the mech suits for Nazis. So
She cares about this
Okay.
tiny group of children. What nothing about the math.
Not-
Four
not-
successes.
not-
4 successes.
prisoner.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to. Are you like hitting her with the hill? Are you killing her?
Yeah.
You're killing her.
Beth,
Okay.
Beth is absolutely like, you can't help them get there, and just like stab in.
Okay. Yeah. Like, describe how you murdered this woman.
Yeah. Like I said, basically, like she's thinking in horror about, the world that she saw, reaches for the knife that is connected to that memory, and then basically charges forward with the, it's like, I'm not going to let you help them get there, and just stab her into the chest.
Okay. Yeah. Knife goes in, blood pulls out, and the mechanatrix is no more.
Ah.
Well, unless you want to intervene.
I was gonna be cruel and be like, I can make this go away. You need to tell us how to stop them from getting it out of the world. Quickly.
Well, she's like sputtering blood coming out of her mouth. If you wish to keep her around, you're going to need to do like a medicine roll because she chose to murder her.
Yep, that's
Right.
fair. I stand by that choice.
Oh, yeah. Murder them, bring them only a little bit back, closely incapacitated, and then murder them again.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. All right, roll my medicine. Just in case.
Can't wait to loot that bitch's body.
Oh, I know.
She's
Do so many toys.
She's gonna be
Two
booby trapped.
2 successes. Okay. Yeah, you were able to stop her from expiring, and
Kind of like looks over. It's like.
she said, "Hey, already have a presence there. You can't stop them."
Okay.
Did you just let her expire? Let her die?
Yep.
Okay.
If we don't, then you're not useful to us anymore.
Yeah.
Jackson, get the disintegration gun.
That was your one option.
I will, in fact, go start taking. Yeah, I will go for that first, and then start searching her.
Okay. I am going to need, as you're sort of like going through her stuff, I am going to need a technology roll.
I am going to stop you and be like, wait, she's booby trapped. You just like you said, and I'm gonna go try to do a rapid, do technology disarm.
Okay. All right.
That's my specialty. She is definitely booby trapped.
I would be.
You all right?
Oh, yeah. People like that?
It's trash.
Greed. Greed will make you do terrible things to people.
Okay. I've got 3.
3 successes. So you start to like look for like booby traps things, and while you are not, you do well enough to prevent any like blowback or damage. You quickly begin to realize that the sort of fail safes and things are less external and more internal as like circuits begin to burn out. Acidifiers start to go out in our technology. But so you were able to prevent like acid from spraying on your fingers or anything like, but her tech just starts to internally decompose itself.
It's like no good booby trapped everything to destroy itself. Nothing left.
Well, no one else gets it.
Nope, no one. Let's go.
The uniform's gone too.
It's covered in blood.
3 uniforms on the ground in front of us.
Yeah. But I don't think there's many female Nazis.
The cut's a bit wrong. You have to, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't wearing like a Nazi uniform. She looked like she was just wearing kind of like her own getup.
Okay, so we got one of them Walker boys up the road. He's gonna come check for her eventually if she doesn't come back. Do we want to let him and ambush him up here, or do we want to get to whatever the ring is, which I'm assuming is probably how they get into the other world?
I would say if we can get to the ring, we should do that.
Yeah, we should probably get to it and shut it off. We can try to make an end run around the group of guys.
Or do we wait till they go through it, shut it off, and then destroy it so they can't come back? We don't know what's over there.
All we know is they already have a camp.
We need to go. We just need to
Get eyes on it?
Yeah.
We just need to get out.
All right.
We can take the mech. If we can get the shithead out of it, we can take the mech.
Yeah, it would be a really useful delivery device for something if we needed that.
I mean, no one can see who's walking that thing. You could just walk right in.
You make a really good point. Let's get this
That's true.
bitch.
Take her toys. She may have gotten rid of those, but we can take her toys.
You make a great point.
Yeah.
We don't have any communication stuff, do we?
Yeah, you guys have like a super advanced wireless to get in touch with Primoris.
Okay.
Yeah, you should probably tell Primoris that
That they're in the other world?
they're
Yeah.
already in the other world.
Yep.
Yeah. Who has it?
I have it.
Aha.
I click it on and tap on it the same way I tapped
Oh, that's
before
right,
to make sure he is free to respond.
No longer engaged with hut butchery.
Exactly.
Yeah. He you tap a little bit. There's a little bit of
Saving a haircut, basically.
yeah. He a couple of moments goes by. He taps 2 bits, and then the thing comes on, and he says, "It sounds just like a hair out of breath. How are things going with you in the south?"
Mechanatrix is dead. They have a presence in the other world. We are going to go investigate that.
I see. Well, just a couple of entanglements. I'm getting myself out of it.
He said he was in some sort of hut witch scenario. Did he say that?
Yeah.
Could you ask him Dr. Pramosa, are you still with that hut witch?
Gentleman never kisses and tells. And we cut over to the north, where we see Dr. Primorius in nothing but his briefs, bundle of most of his clothes in one hand, and a branch that is ever burning with silver fire, as he is bolting through dense forest with like the acuity of an Olympic runner. And I have to mention, Hemsworthian physique, like Thor Ragnarok level. And behind him, crashing through the woods, is a cottage on bird feet, with just the terrible, deep-throated, Proto-Indo-European curses coming out of it. And he says, yeah, I'm just gonna need to get back to the ship. I'll make my way to you as soon as possible. You dispatch the Machinatrix, you say?
Yeah, she's dead.
Ask him if he wants.
Mixed feelings.
Ask him if he wants us to shut the door on them and leave them there.
Shall we?
Or like,
Yeah,
what do we do?
Shut the door, blow them up, kill them all, what? What is it?
Absolutely not. We need to figure out what's going on in there.
Okay.
All right.
Big
He's
house.
like,
The big house.
The
in
big
bay.
house.
All right, we'll see. We'll see when you see it.
I'll be on my way shortly.
Still, the mech's gonna wait here.
Yeah, so you guys, after your conversation wraps up, and a last cut of him like dodging some like terrible cursed energy. You guys start to hear sort of the winding up of the mech, and like you see the sweep of the headlamp as it begins to clunk your way.
So yeah.
I'll keep it intact. How far would you say it is from like, okay, so I walk out the front door of the cabin, I turn the corner, there's a long pathway, I think, down to...
Yeah, there's a pathway that leads to the main road.
How long is that pathway between the main road and here?
Between here, main road and here, probably about 30 feet.
Oh, so it's pretty short range.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
not,
so
it's
he
not,
does not have far to walk, is what I'm
no, he does not have far to walk. He's on his way.
Okay, so I say we let him come around the corner, and I guess we can try to cut. Well, we don't want to. Well, I can fix it. If we cut the cables or kill the guy in the thing, we'll just ambush him.
Sure, I mean, it's a robot. Does the hamstring, does the cord at the back still work the same?
It's a.
That's the thing. I was in it last time.
Well, you were
Tripwire.
It's
So-
piston.
you were in a big model. This seems to be a scaled down
Okay.
like it's not a full mech.
Power suit.
It's a like power armor.
Okay.
Yeah, I can make a tripwire.
Okay, so you guys are going to basically set up an ambush here.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a technology roll. I'll need a technology and a larceny roll from somebody to kind of set this up.
I can do intelligence
Can
technology.
you do the brain thing to stop him so we can just pull him out of the suit like a can opener?
And I
As long
will,
as he's close.
All right. I can get you close.
Yeah, I can do the larceny roll.
Okay.
Yep, I'll help you with the tech, because that's all I
Okay,
got.
so is it okay if I use intelligence for this?
Sure.
Oh, boy, that's a spicy roll.
I can give you one.
That's good. I think we're gonna do it.
Woo!
I unfortunately on my larceny only got one success.
Okay. Then
Unless
I got.
being patient or knowing a guy will help me.
I got.
Wait, did you need help on larceny? I thought it was just the one roll.
No, we're doing.
It's two rolls.
We're doing.
if you wanna help with the larceny roll to try and give her
I'll
some
do-
enhancement.
I'll do larceny. Sure.
I got 5 successes with.
Okay.
no.
Maybe my last inspiration from
Oh, that'll do.
if that guy comes back.
We might have to do a sour place.
Another 10.
Sour place.
That's another 10.
Hey, big enhancement.
Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so working quickly together, you guys are able to string up an enforced tripwire that is well placed enough, and the guy doesn't seem to notice it. And so as he sort of comes around the corner, saying, Fräulein Wechsler, just he gets tangled up. The legs of his power armor gets tangled.
It's totally gonna do that.
He gets legs of his power armor gets tangled up in this like cords of thick wire that you're able to interpose, and it goes aft over tea kettle, and he starts to like squirm and whatnot. So yeah, if we want to have a get him montage, how do you guys like I'll basically give this to you, but I want to know how you guys set a scene.
So what I would have done is gone around the other side of the cabin, so I'd be behind him when he
I'm
turns.
actually out of inspiration,
I have a silence
so I
pistol.
can't just do that.
Okay.
I'm
Got
gonna
it.
put it on the back. I'm
I
gonna
just
jump on
realized
top
that.
and put it in the back of the set and pull the trigger until he stops moving. Is that
That's my
okay?
plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna kick him.
I was about to say, Beth kind of just looks at Emma like, right?
So yeah. Meanwhile, while you're doing that,
Okay, fine.
Melvin hops on top and just shoots the guy in the head twice.
Excellent. Okay, so it's like,
Yeah. It's not working.
oh, okay, that.
You just get a clap of a silencer, and,
Mhm.
which silencers ain't that quiet, but they're quiet enough.
Yeah. The noise is starting to die down as the troop have moved past this little area of the encampment and presumably towards the ring. So you think that like clap of the silence is probably your last quiet thing, like last loudish thing that you can do for the next couple of minutes, because you don't want to get either their attention, and it seems like the Baden-Baden hasn't noticed you either. But I will say-
I just hear screaming.
We just know they ran from something.
Something
Yeah.
like
That's what-
Yeah.
So what were they?
Maybe an army of loop snakes. We made them loop snakes.
All right, let's get this fucker out of here.
Yeah, you're able to like disengage from him.
God, I wish my hand had been better. Now it's
Yeah, there's blood everywhere, blood and brain.
You
Want
in or?
when my fingers touch brain, I'm a mushroom cloud land motherfucker.
That's fair. I was thinking either of you or
I mean,
Melvin.
I'm not really a pilot kind of guy. Does anyone here know how to drive?
No, remember, we can't drive. Remember that part?
Yeah.
Where we tried to drive?
I mean,
Right,
I
I
think
was
you have the most of any of us.
I have some
zero.
Oh, I thought you
basic
learned.
knowledge and technology.
I could-
That was the big
I
one.
could
So.
take 5 experience right now to have a dot and pilot.
Get in there.
I mean, look, I'm not I'm out of the whoosh. I can hop in. No
All
one
right,
else
please.
wants it.
Yeah, I'll
It'll make you taller than me.
And I like looking up at you. She gets in.
Okay.
Look at you and all my eyes. No time for that right now.
I, no, what?
You
I
are
like
working
it.
on it.
No, don't tell me that. I like it.
You are working on it. It's fun.
Okay, so what is the plan?
I think we're putting Emma in the mech,
In the back.
Okay.
and we're gonna hang off her like.
I'm gonna pilot it, so Ray doesn't have to. No.
Okay. And you are following the troops.
I'm heading towards I've got that big light on,
Me and Jackson
so
can at least
hopefully
change
it'll
into
blind the
Nazi.
fuck out of
I
them.
am already stripping off one of the dead Nazis.
I'm
Yeah.
about to say if you guys want to get in.
While you're
I can
be
sneak
behind.
In the woods.
I'm pretty good with the
well,
sneak.
okay. So
Yeah.
basically, let's say this happened. Beth, we had to write the mech. First of all, we had
Yes.
to write it. So while you two do that, we're gonna change into Nazi uniforms. So
Okay.
it's normal for us to be hanging off the back of this thing.
Okay.
At least.
So just checking. Plan Big House is out, and we're going towards the ring.
Big house is the ring.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the big
no.
No,
The big house
no, there's
is
a
not.
big house back at the camp.
Yeah,
where all the authority clearly was staying.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you have you have this older area,
Okay.
and
sorry.
beyond that older area, where none of you have gone yet, is where all the Nazis have gone. They abandoned a barracks and a big house.
I see.
The big house was where the guy you were yelling at or about was clearly staying, I think. So yeah,
There might
we
be-
can keep the mech and then just go see what paperwork they have in the
There
big house.
might be very useful information
It's
for
true.
those who can read
It's-
German in the big house.
Let's go to the big house, and I'm sorry, I've been focused on getting to the thing.
I mean, you
Because
guys told me-
we're not shutting the door. It's not like there's an emergency at this particular moment now that the kids are out. Although I don't know what they're screaming and running from.
I could go tell the kids it's okay. Actually, I can't tell them nothing.
Let's just go to the big house. We'll look for some cool.
Yeah, you said the kids were fine. You said the kids were okay.
They are underground right now.
Okay.
So I think,
Neat.
Okay, so they got
That is a
the
very strong-
In an alive one.
yes, I'm sorry, that sounded weird. There is a very strong 9-year-old over there. Very strong.
Good.
I'm guessing 9, really. This is my best guess. We should
Okay.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's-
We've done a wardrobe change.
Yeah. So yeah, you've done a wardrobe change. You're able to write the mech and get it ready to go for when you want to use it, and you guys are headed over into sort of the more well lit, cleaned up area of the thing. How are you approaching it?
Give me a sec. They might have dogs.
We know they do.
Yes, but
Now
they
we-
might have them near the house.
Yeah, we don't know if they took them with them.
Yeah.
Let's find out if they. Yeah.
So yeah, Beth is gonna try and do recon again.
Give me a larceny roll, please.
Yeah.
Sure.
If there's anyone who cannot be found by dogs, it's you.
Yep.
Even if so, an animal can. Yeah.
Really don't want to shoot to dogs.
3.
3 successes. So you make your way through kind of like you make your way kind of around the area over to where the big lights are, where the big buildings are, and there's just kind of like a clearing area that's in between these two buildings that kind of like where the pathways to those two buildings sort of converge and then move on to the main road area. What you see is an abattoir. You see about what you estimate to be 5 bodies worth of people strewn around, guts going from tree branch to electrical wire, various configurations of limbs and torsos, like fresh skulls in a pile, and balancing like 1 foot, like tippy toe on top of those piles, like with what looks like an old broken mirror regarding itself, and like sort of checking out what seems to be this like very nicely tailored, clean suit
Oh, jeez.
is this tall, spindly figure that you do not attract the attention of.
Nope, 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 nope.
Big house is out.
That's an octopus.
Big house is out, guys. Big house is out. Big house is out.
Retreat.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Beth leaves, but also Beth is having a real problem right now.
You're not so much as retreating as running for your
You
goddamn.
all right, Beth? When you come back?
You just, ooh. Yeah, we can't go over there. We can't ever go over there.
What'd you?
Okay.
Like,
I found out what they were running away from.
okay.
Oh,
Do you need to explain it further, or should we just go the other way?
people were like,
In
Uh,
pieces?
scenery. People were on scenery. And something was decorating itself with them, and nope. Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm just like glad the appeal is shit.
I
It didn't
slowly
look like a person. Emma.
I
It
look at
didn't
my
look like a
pocket.
Oh. Okay.
Make a roll.
Yep. Oh no, he knows when you look at his picture.
Yeah, I told you. Mythology.
He doesn't believe it, or he doesn't understand it. Yeah. He doesn't understand things like that small can make things like that happen. Yes.
When you look at it, it has changed. It is no longer like this robed figure. It is now besuited. And in the scrimshaw, the head turns up to look at you. And there is a keening coming from where Beth just came from.
Guys.
And that is where we're going to take our break.
Hooey!
That's awesome.
So,
Melvin!
I say I'm not like usually Mr. Button McPusherson over here.
No, solid. It was a choice.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys later and see how this shakes out. Welcome back to Simulacra Studios presents Trinity Continuum Adventure, The Undesirables. A mistake was made, despite many, many warnings and cajoling and creepy old men laughing, wanting this outcome. After...
Decorating scenery.
Yes. The after the Nazi encampment has retreated, apparently through some ring to another world.
Get away from this thing.
To get away from this thing.
Really good choice.
Having found and secured, seen the kids that were being held here as slaves and apparently chum in the water for this terrible monster, as well as dispatching with finality, perhaps one of the world's most dangerous women in terms of output of evil that she can do, killed the Machinatrix. A brief conversation with their ally, Dr. Primoris, who has some northern business that he's wrapping up. Beth was able to did some recon on the barracks and house area and found a horror of the old world playing amongst the corpses. At which point, like I said, despite warnings and pleading not to do so, Melvin has his scrimshaw image of the Baden-Baden, which seemed to acknowledge
He
him.
looked at it with guilt.
Indeed. So now there is a horrid keening coming, a terrible sound, which, while it is not pleasant for the rest of you, Emma, you feel like deeply, like it is resonating in your mind, and you are just sort of catching these terrible imagery, these waves of psychic presence coming off from the screaming.
I don't think there's going to be much negotiation with this.
Give me an empathy roll.
Unless there is, that would be great.
Resolve?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
To not feel pain?
Well, what it wants might be beyond ours to give.
Happy dresser.
Well, that's 2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah, you feel like it's you feel more than like hunger or hate or like anything. You feel disappointment, disgust. Things are not right, and thus retribution must come. Like that is the undertone of this like psychic screaming.
So I have a lovely occult library that I bought my edges for.
Okay.
Can I possibly remember anything about
Let's
Button?
go ahead and let me see here for a second. Give me a humanities roll in which you can apply your
My
occult
occult
library. Yeah.
Okay. None of these. Beats. Yeah, so I have an occultism specialty.
Yeah, that'll apply. Well, in what skill?
Occultism. That would have been in Enigmas.
Okay, then that will apply.
Okay.
So what is your enigmas rating?
We said humanities.
Yeah, but you're making a humanities roll,
My
but your
Enigmas rating is 5.
oh, so that will provide 3 enhancement.
Oh, that's right. That's good. Good, because I rolled 2 successes. So I got 3 enhancement on 2 successes.
Okay. So you get 5 total successes. So you're thinking through this. You're thinking through the lore. You're going to get your die.
2-6 happened.
Excuse me. You're thinking through the lore. You're thinking about like these type of like occult mythical creatures, and this sort of thing, like. In order to coexist on some level with this kind of horror, peoples of the world who live nearby them have to maintain some sort of relationship with it. There has to be some sort of give and take. Boundaries must be set and maintained. Unless you want to try and body this thing, you think you're going to have to find, and it seems to be upset with the arrangement of things. Like whatever these people did to keep this thing at bay is not being done anymore. And so you're going to need to figure out if you, like, unless you want to confront this thing, because it is now aware of you. So you're going to have to figure out a way to appease it, hold it back in the way that is appropriate.
So do you express this to us?
Oh, yeah.
I would think.
The whole, like, the minute that Emma looks like a page, no, but tear up the fucking picture. What's wrong with you?
I'm going to activate connecting the dots
Okay.
because I had no small part
Mm-hmm.
in the series of events that got us here.
All right.
So I'm finally going to activate a skill trick that tells me
Okay.
what barrier did I breach? What do we do? Like,
Okay.
What pieces do I?
Does that take inspiration or momentum to activate, I believe?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So we'll take a of that. Okay, so then you're going to make an enigmas roll.
With my code breaking. Oh wait, no, that's my enigma.
Yeah, no.
Oh, this is a new scene?
Yes, it's a new scene. So, yeah, you get an inspiration back.
But what's the inspiration?
That stuff is gold.
Made of sweet candy. Oh, that's a good roll. That's good. We like that.
My healing juju.
4 successes.
4 successes with that skill trick. You sort of put together, you hear from her, you kind of identify, like, the main problem here is not so much anything that you did. Like, looking at the thing, it's just that's sort of a general thing. You got its attention by doing so because it was already here and already pissed off. The main thing is that these fucking Nazis have disrupted the natural balance between man and creature. They came in here, they probably busted up whatever, like, altars or offering piles that these people used to keep this thing from murdering them, except, one sacrifice upon the solstice kind of thing. So, like, there's all sorts of shit wrong.
They didn't give it proper respect.
They didn't give it proper respect. They didn't abide by the agreements. And, like, you're thinking, like, in terms of throwing up some bullshit, Emma's probably your go-to because that's her training. But also you have a small collection of people who live here and probably know something about what needs to be done. They're buried in a burrow under the ground, but like your plan of action, unless you want to directly confront this thing, is get Emma and those kids talking and form some sort of like appeasement offer.
Show us the bunker. Show us the bunker. Real quick. We gotta go to the bunker.
Okay. And like kind of just
Emma, honey, we gotta talk to the locals, figure out the bunker.
Okay.
Wait, not at the bunker, the bottom. The bottom.
okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah, we gotta we gotta get the boundaries back.
yeah,
We gotta
yeah.
get boundaries back.
It wasn't given respect. Nazis
Yeah,
are
we
rude.
they disrespected it, and we didn't really help that. But it was already mad.
Okay, so this is about territory. That I understand.
It is 100% territory.
Okay. And
So-
just like haul over to the kids.
And as we have learned over the past many years, the Nazis
fancy
not
match.
particularly interested in territory.
Nope.
No.
Well, they're interested in it. They just
Interested in
Boundaries at the very least.
boundaries, not so much.
okay. I will need a group larceny roll
Oh boy.
because the Baden-Baden is on the
I
hunt.
can't help
So,
you. It's not
If I'm
survival.
in my mech, it's probably not a good thing.
I mean,
Kids probably
We don't need to go to that. We don't need
All right. All right, I'll leave the mech.
We don't need to go to that.
May I use composure? This is terrifying.
sure.
I'm very determined to not get killed by the bottom. Or
Pretty
like my
good
friend.
determination.
That's great. Really
Oh my
great news,
god.
I failed.
Me too.
All right, big money, big money, big money.
Let's get your momentum back.
No money. I failed too.
Oh my god, all of you. Okay,
So
1
much.
second.
Ah.
Christ, can I
Okay, if
resolve
she fails
any
too,
of this?
we get a good constellation, right?
Mhm.
Full speed.
4.
4 successes. Okay. I will say that those of you that failed
Yep.
do get momentum,
Oh, thank God.
and I will also provide a dot of inspiration. Because the stars are right, and terrible things are about to occur.
I'm like consoled by that.
So, yeah, Beth, you know exactly way to go. You trod this path a couple of times now. But your companions, you sort of look behind, are kind of like shaky and unprepared, and they are,
I was very fixated.
Yeah, I
on
just got my
that.
hands over
Yeah.
my ears.
yeah.
Make it come with me.
I'm tilted.
So,
But that's different.
yes. So you all make it to the cabin, but as you are like opening the door, Jackson, you notice something, and then at the end of the lane,
He's
it
coming.
stands,
Oh god.
and it's not running at you; it is just walking at a casual pace.
How far is the Mechanatrix and/or Nazis' bodies from where we are now?
Probably about 40 feet now.
Okay.
You
Instead of
like.
dragging them in between us, but I'm not running any closer to that thing. I'm terrified.
Yeah,
of it.
so that is the situation that we are in right now. So yeah, it takes a few
Whatever
paces.
you're going to do it quickly. Sorry.
Gotta talk to him. Yeah, got my ring.
If I shoot at it, it'll get real mad.
I'm gonna try and move the giant. She's like, okay, they're here. And Beth's gonna reach to move the big boulder and says, just start talking already, like German now. Maybe they'll hear you.
Yep. Oh, hi, children. Who knows most about the button and how it can be appeased? Because it's on its
So
way.
you had established that you had speak enough Romanian
I
to
used
communicate.
my last game. I used my polyglot.
Yeah. So you're able to maintain that. So you actually are able to have a conversation with these kids. Beth, you push this boulder that's sort of keeping this tunnel aside, and there's just like about eight or so terrified faces, and you suddenly are there. I need a persuasion roll from you.
Oh, yes.
do my best to block the view.
Oh.
Okay.
Kids don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to dramatic.
Okay.
I'm going to do dramatic because this was something that took place in the town already. Emma actually resembles someone they know.
Okay. Yeah,
That is
they
a
do.
Dramatic editing.
Like flash in my ring. I go. I got two.
Okay. Yeah, you have your ring, and they seem to some of them seem to recognize you. At least think they do. And so you're saying we need to know about the Baden-Baden. We need to know how to pays it. The little girl that you identify as Maria before, sort of like steps up, and this like bulky for a 9-year-old kid kind of comes up behind her, and she says, "The Baden-Baden? Yeah, I mean they were They disrupted everything. They cleared out the altars. They took down the figures, and they had a fence that was keeping it out. But we could tell it was out there. It always came. It always came around the wintertime to take the week. But yeah, no, you need to. There needs to be an altar. And you need figures. We have little sticks that we bind together. Long sticks. And most important is the sweetmeats. It craves them. Usually the pig.
Organs.
Yeah.
Well, we're out of play. When they're saying the sweetmeats, are they using the word for the thing at the base, the actual thing at the base of the spot?
Mhm.
From a pig? Okay. Just checking. Ask her if human works. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, darling. I'll be a German. Hey, darling. Does human work? Human sweetmeats? Will that do?
Yeah, it settles for pig.
Okay. Good enough. I'm going to burn to inspiration.
Okay.
A dramatic edit to say that one of these kids
Mm-hmm.
actually has been very quietly putting these little figures together because
Okay.
they're scared to death at night.
Okay.
And it's like, I don't suppose any of you kids have been, I don't know, making any cute little stick figures because I got access to sweetmeats. It's just going to be a scary run.
They start like passing up.
Get it going. And I start running. I start running for the closest body.
Okay.
With a knife out.
Okay.
So
So
we'll start collecting them.
are you like trying to avoid its attention, or are you just going for it?
I'm just fucking
Okay. Give me an athletics roll.
Once I have all the figures, I'm just be like, we're gonna try and do this down the road, so not to let it know that you're here. So
He's like,
shush, and we'll be back as soon as Nazis are dealt with.
Okay. We don't have much food.
I mean, okay.
Rations.
What's happening?
Okay. These things, it needs to have altars remade. These things are the figures that need to be on the altars. Melvin is going to grab the sweetmeats, which is a gross part of a pig usually, but human will do.
Sure.
And we need to get that set up.
Okay. There's no one else in this camp right now. Like, once this thing goes away, they can just run. Okay.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
So is there no complication or anything on this? Or
Yeah, there's a complication.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 3-point complication.
Can I tie off that complication, guys?
Yeah,
Because
go
I
for
got
it.
one success, and I would love that complication off.
Yep.
Can I spend that much at once?
No, you can only spend. Okay, we'll round down for that.
You're very nice.
So yeah, that's a lot of inspiration though. You're able to avoid the complication of like getting too close to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you are able to start.
I unfortunately have to carve a piece of meat out of a man's neck, which
Mhm.
is, not something. He does puke, by the
Mhm.
way, when he does this. This is not a normal thing. I don't care how much you hate these people. Dismembering bodies is just not a normal thing to have to do.
Yeah, no.
So he's gonna puke his guts out and pull some neck.
I am going to need from you two. I'm going to need a culture roll and a survival roll to find the appropriate natural materials to build this altar.
Culture.
What about Jackson? What's Jackson up to?
I'm actually going to. I am keeping my eye. I am basically staring directly at this thing, and I am trying to keep its attention on me so they can work as it's moving slowly towards us. Partially out of trying to keep it busy, and partially out of frozen in terror.
Give me a command roll.
Okay. And I do command composure.
You can.
Will you take my culture spec in migrants?
Yes.
Okay.
Enigma science.
And
These are nomadic people.
that's enhancements, correct?
Yeah. Enhancement. If you have 3 in the skill, then it's 1. If you have 4, it's 2. If you have 5, it's 3.
Got it. No problem. So that's the 1.
Okay, good.
They're all better than me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're doing pretty
I got
good
two
over
successes.
here.
2 successes. Okay.
I hope it keeps walking. Not running.
It is going to be keeping
5
walking.
with the enhancement.
Nice.
Um.
I've got
Okay.
a straight 3 for
All right.
culture.
So you guys are cobbling this shit together.
Yep.
What is Jackson's worst memory?
Oh. Oh no.
Hey, my conman parents got arrested, and I had to flee the cops and leave them to their fates when I was about 14.
Your mind swims with that, and like you're seeing them like the cops coming through the door, and they all have the Boden's face. They're all long and tall, and you know they just got arrested, but now you remember this thing having its way with them
Oof.
as you run.
Yeah. Now he's just frozen.
Now I need an integrity roll
No.
to stand your ground. It's going to be difficulty 3.
I got 4.
Then you are able to to tank this thing's attention. But yeah. Okay, so you guys, how many successes did you guys get?
I was so terrified I forgot. 5 for me.
3 for me, so 8 total.
Okay, so you are able to like find the materials, take all the stick figures, like arrange it in what you believe is like the appropriate configuration. Now it just needs those sweetmeats. I need another athletics roll from you to get back without attracting its attention away from Jackson.
That's very bought attention.
Mm-hmm. Baden.
I'm trying to do something a little. I'm gonna do does it need to be a physical arena sort of thing?
No, you can do something else.
All right, let's rock with like good cunning because I'm trying to not get
Okay, that works.
Doing
not
fast.
get gotten by the bottom.
Don't get got.
Oh, that's slightly better.
The more dangerous it is, the worse our
It's
joke.
only two successes, but
Okay. So
It is what it is.
yeah, you beat your feet, and as you do, you kind of like you just make the wrong call in the way to juke, and
oh, I don't need to run. I'm just gonna throw, baby. I can throw anything anywhere.
well,
Incoming.
Onto an altar.
all right. Well, we're gonna do an action here.
That's fair.
Let me look here.
My nice clothes are already covered in Nazi blood. What else?
If there's any kind of blood for them to be covered in, I suppose that's the best.
That's fair.
Emma, you're a very pretty lady, but you wore nice clothes to the woods on a mission. I can't even, say that wasn't going to happen.
That's fair.
We'll get them cleaned later, though.
It'll be all right. It'll be all
Not gonna be all right. Too much Nazi blood. You can't watch that. That's cursed.
Like, look, Beth is still just trying to deal with the thing that
Yeah.
decorated the scenery with people is out there. And she's just going to say a bunch of inane things, frankly.
No, that sounds great. Let's talk about fashion.
Okay. I
So you run over. You're like, yeah, you sort of juke when you should have jagged, and sparing you only the barest of attention. It sort of raises a lackadaisical hand in your direction. Please roll your defense.
So I think when this mission's over, I'm going to need to talk to somebody, like an actual therapist, somebody, because a lot of stuff. A lot of things.
Get in line.
I mean, you get through it.
All the things
You
not
can,
seen.
you can survive a lot of things. I promise you.
So my defense, I believe, is tough cookie puts me at, or tough cookie always has soft armor. I forget which.
It's always
No.
a soft armor.
Okay,
Plus
so
one.
my defense will be 3 in that case.
Responsibly 3. Okay. Which is good because it didn't roll many successes on its roll here. But you see this wave come at you, and you're able to get out of the way in time. And like as it passes you, you see space distort around, and just like things like you see images of the sky from like a weird angle dispersions. You're pretty sure that if this hit you, you would have been up.
Yes, I kind of got the distinct impression that it wasn't going to be a good thing. I'm really glad that didn't hit me.
Yeah. But yeah, so it keeps coming. So yeah, now you're gonna need to make an athletics roll to throw some sweetmeats.
That I'm a little bit better at because this is basically an attack.
It's going to be raining meats.
How's Jackson looking out there, by the
I'm
way?
calculating all the angles. It's so good.
Oh,
I'm,
I
I'm,
haven't seen them move in a bit.
I'm probably gonna go running and get Jackson. So just, I don't know, hide.
I don't think there's much hiding behind this altar here.
Look, I like you
We're
a
good.
lot, and I don't want you to get hurt. Can you?
I can do that.
3 success.
3 successes. Okay. You Kobe those sweetmeats onto that altar.
Yeah, so you guys just get a splatter.
Okay.
Now I run.
Yeah.
Is it in the right spot? Is it in the right
It's
spot?
in the right spot.
Its attention on you for the moment. It follows the arc of the lump.
As soon as it looks away from us, from like where we are, I also run.
Okay, so you guys are bolting out into the night, and it changes its course, and is coming towards you / the altar. What are the two of you doing now that it is coming your way?
Is it in the right spot?
It's in the right spot. We should back away slowly and bow and be humble. Be humble.
Okay, fine. like her impulse is to grab Emma and flee on a fireman's carry, but she is trying to do the humble back away slowly.
From the tree line here.
Get in the house. Get in the house.
So over the course of minutes,
Oh.
it strolls casually up in your direction. You're backing up. Its pace isn't changing, but it is still going there, and stops at the altar. A long, spindly finger comes down, scoops up a gobbet, and it brings it up to the mouth. There's no definitive opening, but it goes in.
void.
Yeah, just a
Oh.
nothingness, and comes away with it, and you are hit. Specifically, you, Emma, are hit with this wave of "that's better." And as a cloud passes over the moon, plunging this place into darkness, and it moves away, and the moonlight bathes the clearing with light again. The bonbon is gone.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Can I look up yet?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yes.
Jeez.
Kids, the children. Okay, it's been appeased. It's been appeased.
I slowly edge around.
For how long?
Winter, I'm gonna guess.
At least the night.
Or at least probably tonight. You guys are, we're probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we should probably let the kids know.
And then go to the house and then not be here.
Yes.
Mhm.
And they can.
You
Run the fuck
can
away.
talk to them.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to the children.
All right, so you guys are headed back to the burrow. You guys rejoin them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys go back to the burrow.
Jackson, you okay there, buddy?
What? Yeah. What? I'm just gonna follow you.
Okay. Does anybody got any booze? Okay.
I'm sure there's some in the big house if we want it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's where I was actually headed until you probably pulled me after them. But
So yeah, there's what?
It's been appeased.
Oh, thank the Lord.
All the Nazis are off doing fuck all somewhere else. So it's cold clear right now.
Oh no, are they? Did they go?
They went to a ring?
Yeah. Oh no. We know very little of what is there, but we know that the winged ones are. We would not wish that on them.
Okay, so there's more there.
Yes, it is why we have this place, that we may do congress with the winged ones. I don't understand much about it. It is for the elders.
Winged ones.
Yeah, can I get some context on the winged ones and to you?
You don't have anything on the winged ones?
You can make it a humanities roll or a culture roll for this one.
Okay.
You want some help with culture?
Yes.
I actually have quite a lot.
Can I poke my occultism?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have great enigmas. Well, I have some culture.
for share, I can also do the have a skill check for getting clues.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, feel
Yeah.
free.
Come on in.
Evade.
Mhm.
All right.
I mean, you are currently like brain deep in weird right now.
so the specialty gives me
3. Yeah.
Three.
Okay.
so that's 5.
Okay. Right. So you think about that, and you're calling upon like the research that you've done on like Romani stuff that is coming more and more to the forefront.
Yeah.
And there's talk of like you think you remember something about like wintertime, some caravans find places in the woods where a sister tribe or a sister compagnia, for lack of a better word, can be found, and it is considered good luck to come upon these, and they are known as the Winged Ones. And in a cold winter night, when a fairy ring is found, there can be trade and good cheer with this sister compagnia.
Oh, a fairy ring.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Most of that was in another language except what you two just did.
Mhm.
So, what is happening?
Okay. I think Nazis went to a fairy ring to get to the other world because you can negotiate. It can be a very beneficial thing.
So they're making deals.
They're making deals.
My grandma used to talk about fairy rings.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, guess I
Okay.
shouldn't have made fun of them. All right.
So, like, back to the kids. Like,
You've been wrong about literally every strange thing we've met.
It's true. I really am going to have to readjust my worldview.
do you all want to stay here until we come back again, or do you want to?
There's no. Well, wait. There may be food in the house.
Yeah, there's definitely food in the.
We're- If there's food in the house, then
No.
come on.
Beth, was it? What, you're gonna avoid the show,
Oh,
right?
Maybe once you take them around the back door?
Yeah, we
we
should
can-
walk not near the clearing.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'll say there's if you're gonna get them to the house area, there's no avoiding the show.
They're gonna see it.
So cover their eyes. Cover their eyes.
Okay.
There's
Why don't we just grab the
there's
food?
so many of
Wait,
them.
we can just give
Yeah,
them food.
we'll bring the food
She's-
back.
well,
We'll bring the don't go over there.
Maria kind of like speaks up and she points at the brooch and says, "I gave that to Mikhail."
Yes.
Mhm.
He's in the town.
These are camp.
It's about.
You got our camp.
He's at the camp. It's about.
This is
Not far.
If-
Not far.
Oh, yeah, I can give directions. But I mean, if they want the food, we'll have to bring it back.
Do we have food at the camp?
Yeah, they can eat our food. It's fine.
Yeah, we don't need that. We'll eat food in the house.
she's like, we know the ways of the woods.
The buttons and peas.
Yeah, we would not go out in the woods if that was not
Yes.
done.
I'll probably put the
have you
paper plate.
have you seen Loop Snake?
Yeah,
Yes, we dealt with them.
I know that word, and I pull out one of the spots.
we got the spot.
I know. Shot it, killed it. It's okay. Sorry. I put it back away.
Yeah.
Dead. We killed them all.
Like,
We did.
Okay.
There was a nest near here, but it's gone now. We got rid of it.
Good. Yeah.
We're just holding out the brooch.
Yeah.
Take it.
She takes it and says, "Let me know where your camp is, and we will go to my brother."
and you should tell them about the dead loop snake on the fence, so they aren't scared.
Let them know about the. She needs directions,
I'll
can
tell
you do a map? or you tell
Yes,
me.
I will
or,
tell you directions.
Okay.
How are they going to get out of the fence? We need to either shut down the fence or open the gates.
I mean,
Neck suit?
mech suit.
To try to short out the fence again, because I can guarantee you that wouldn't be.
I
very
mean,
good.
that's fine. And she holds up a knife like we always have this
No,
plan.
we don't. We don't have to do that. We can we can
We
find.
can just find the
All right.
power.
Okay.
As fun as it would be to Keystone Cops, you guys are able to. You're able to go to the clearing area. You see the show. It is not great.
Hi, Chihuahua.
But you guys are able to get some food. There's actually fairly good like military rations as well as there's some steaks and stuff in a hangar.
I'm going outside to go looking for some whiskey.
And you guys are able to find the big metal ka-chunk lever.
It says 9 over it.
Yeah. That shuts down the fence.
Since we're in the big house, I think we should. It would. Well, I guess during the course of the
Files.
if we want to more thoroughly search it, should we?
Absolutely. Yes, that will definitely be. Let's see here.
Once
What type?
team nerd and
yeah.
team food delivery.
Yeah. So what type of information are you guys trying to find from this?
Okay.
Well,
Like what? Where?
oh,
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was like, I don't speak German, so as we're looking through, I'm basically looking for what, like, papers that looks like it has diagrams, like things that might be either technological or something that looks like a ring. That's what I'm looking for specifically.
Yeah, schematics and or like plans or maps of this place where to power it. Just stuff like
Okay.
that. General-
Yeah. For that, give me a technology roll. To kind of, yeah, you can help for that. Let's go with enigmas to kind of find like diagrams and other kind of occulty stuff.
I failed.
I gave
Oh,
you
shit.
3.
I failed.
Yep, it doesn't matter.
I can't aid if you fail.
Yeah, you go through.
Fine, I'll aid with enigmas. I can aid it.
No, I can use that
Okay.
too.
Yeah, you go through that. You look like where you would expect all those files to be. It's all cleared out.
Yeah, he's quick. Got it. Stupid inspired.
I am.
All right, I had 2.
Okay, so are you like getting food to the kids?
Yeah, I was like, I'm useless with
Okay.
this.
Murph, take 2.
Well, I'm sorry. So,
Okay.
in that case, I go looking for a uniform to wear that doesn't have blood on it.
Okay.
A little better.
All right, so you like this looks like it was cleared out pretty good.
Okay.
But you do find some sketches on the wall in what looks like it looks like they have someone with them that has your training.
They would have to. Okay.
Yeah, and so you find some sketches on the wall, and you see it looks like it looks like a sort of a forest path that leads up to what can pretty obviously be considered a ring. It is an area where like the trees have twisted into a big circle, and there you see like sort of in the center of the circle, you see like another path leading down the road, and like you see like parts of two different moons in the sky. You also find a sketch of what can only be a birdman. It is like sort of like an anatomical sketch of a thing that is both man and bird.
So we like
A bird person.
When you point this out, like, we can take pictures of it.
Yeah.
Put it in front of the camera.
sexy Birdman, not sexy bird. Sorry. Moving on. Don't. No.
It's just like a skeletal drawing.
No, yeah, it's like an anatomical drawing. Like
Yeah.
someone may have done an autopsy.
So sexy Birdman.
Of course they.
But yeah, you're able to bring the food out so that the kids don't have to see the display.
Yep.
Uh,
I
and
just appreciate that everyone is very much not going to let Beth go with the electrocuted herself.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
nope.
We've all seen too much tonight.
I
Don't
did take the
do
scrimshot and throw it in the fire.
probably a good idea.
Really good plan. Oh
Yeah.
my God. But
Yeah.
like goes out, like gives a kid, and then like sort of again, it's like she talks even though she knows no one understands
Mhm.
her. It's like, okay, so go this direction and like treat like okay conifers.
I think the stars.
I mean, just,
Like if you're able to put together a map, it looks like Maria's able to
oh yeah,
check it out. Like
Yeah.
she clocks the map and like she thanks you in a foreign language and once.
since she's dealing with like she has spooky knife now.
Mhm.
I think Beth is also going to, game respects game on survivalists
Mhm.
and like takes out like her hunting knife and just puts it, with Maria.
She snatches it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good idea. We should arm these kids. Ask them if any of them know have ever shot.
Mm.
I have tons of knives.
We have refilled pistols and
And
rifles.
she gestures to the incredibly like when y'all are back, like gestures to the very swole, like or slightly larger but very strong kid.
Oh yeah, knife or grenade, or both.
Or gun.
None of some of the kids take knives. None of them seems to be interested in the guns. But the big boy walks up and just grabs that grenade from you.
It gets big. It'll go about, I step out to about 6 feet from him,
Mm-hmm.
about this far.
Okay.
Yeah. Be real careful with that.
I'll do a good job.
Thank you. It has helped quite a bit since everyone was taken.
We got a place for people with your particular set of talents if we make it out of this, if you're interested.
If we meet again, then I would be interested. I don't understand much of why I am this way.
It happens to a lot of people. It happened to me. And I gotta say, there's some people out there who will tell you how to really, really use it for good. We're called the Aeon Society.
You kind of see him clocks that away. It's like Aeon Society. Okay. But me and Maria will get the rest to safety.
Good man. I pat him.
Right. There, he's safe. Your brother's there. He's got lots of rations. You guys feel free to hit those rations up. Go through all the food.
Okay.
We're gonna go get the bastards.
Go get some. Yeah, those bastards need to die.
That's the plan.
And
Is there ask them if there's a particular thing we're supposed to do when we talk to the winged people?
Smart.
Advice on the lenient one.
We were never to. That was for the
That was
elders.
For the elders. That's right. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. We'll figure it out.
They are friends. Strange, but friends.
We think the Nazis have been hurting them, so they're probably going to be happy to have allies.
I'm going to assume favorables.
Yeah. Well, I
What if
think
they-
I understand. Deals. Anyway, we should go.
And lots of respect. Proper etiquette.
Yeah, I was ready for punching. All this bowing, I'm not really
Okay.
sure.
So you guys have a house. There are beds. You guys are pretty beat after all of this. You've been through a lot. It is probably a couple hours before dawn by this point.
So
we wanna-
Are we just going to wait for Primoris?
I think we should wait for Primoris. We should.
Okay.
Well,
Do watches?
specifically, Beth.
Yeah.
I think we would be much better. I don't want to send you off into the shit, but I would very much like to at least be sure that the camp's clear.
Okay.
If I don't know if they probably haven't put fences around, but I don't know how they've contained the ring. So I'd like to at least understand that, so we know we can go to sleep and not wake up with a bullet in our eye socket.
I can do that.
You want to go with you, or you're going to be all right?
No, you're all loud. I like you a lot.
We're loud.
And I will,
That's why I asked.
We asked you.
like, but
I'll
Thank
be
you
here
for
when you
And
do
if you want to do something, just pilot the Mac over so we can grab it on the way out. When we can.
Oh, yeah.
No, I make dinner.
okay, yeah. Like, for this, make me a steak. The steaks are there. Make me a fucking steak.
You bet. I know how to make a steak.
All right. So you're gonna case the rest of the camp. Okay. It takes probably, to do it carefully, takes about 30 minutes. You kind of go over where everything is that you've seen before, check to make sure, like you check the barracks. It's an empty barracks. There doesn't seem to be much that they didn't take with them. There is kind of like a vehicle bay where they obviously like held and stored the power suits. And like a lab area where it looks like some kind of design and maintenance was being done, probably where the Mechatrix was doing whatever she was doing here. And then you finally do go sort of down that main road until you see kind of at the edge of where the natural clearing would be. And like you look a little bit beyond it, and it is surrounded by the fence, but it's not powered now. And you see what was in that drawing. You see this unnaturally twisted trees moved up into this very circular configuration of branches. And there's a strange wind blowing through it. And you can see just on the edge kind of a shimmer and a different path on the other
Is
side.
it the strange trees?
It is the strange trees.
Also, what registers to that's bad luck as an ability?
Let's see. Is that a skill trick or a gift?
That is a gift.
That's a gift. Let me see here.
You got it.
That's bad luck.
Oh, I guess we probably change scenes again.
Slowly rebuilding.
There is power coming through that, but it's not the kind of power like of a thing or an item. It's more like an environmental thing, like that strange wind that's blowing through the ring. It carries power on it.
So, yeah, no, remembering the blast of telluric power and the strange scenery on the other side, like, again, she just kind of touches the knife at her side and creeps back to the others.
Yeah, dinner has been made. You guys are definitely
Park the next suit outside.
yeah. Talk to Mexi outside.
These guys really, really like their cabbage. Sorry, I hope you like cabbage. They got a lot of They do have steak, but there's also cabbage.
You have no idea the things I have eaten. Cabbage is fine.
That sounds great.
Mm.
I'm just gonna have cabbage, no meat.
You know, I get that.
Yeah, that's aside from the, even with the horrible like scenery and the terrible blood spray, Beth absolutely still eats meat and literally anything else that will be put in front of her.
You can tell that Melvin's desperately compartmentalizing what just happened. Like, you can tell it's like if you're anyone who knows people, because I think there's a bunch of empathy people around here. It's just like he's just put that in a little box. What had to
We're
just
gonna
happen?
deal with that later.
What- The scientific mind just had to put the Baden in a little box and Baden.
Yep, yep.
That goes in the vault.
For now, it goes in the vault.
I'm sure Aeon has a very good therapist or psychologist.
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully not Freudian.
look, when food is scarce, you learn not to ever say no, no matter what.
Yeah.
So, wanna? I guess we should wake up for Morris then. Should we sleep? Can I sleep? Could you sleep?
We can try to sleep.
We should try to sleep. Do watches.
Meditate.
Did I find any alcohol while I was
Oh yeah, there's it's not like the top good stuff, but there's beer. Like there's plenty of beer in the larder. Unfortunately, like it's mostly beer, some wine. There is like a bar where like liquor would be, but that's been cleared out.
I'll take watch. I'm gonna go up on the roof.
All right.
I just grab a bottle of wine.
Do you
Find a
like
way to climb up
violets?
to the roof.
Repeat the question.
Okay, I probably said that wrong. Are you a fan of violets?
Violets. Did mishear that.
Alvin's already asleep with his
Yeah.
hat over his face.
Would Beth catch that cultural reference, or would you need to make a culture roll for it?
I would need a culture roll.
Oh, Ryan got it.
Cool, no problem.
Just some confirmation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, culture, and let's just
Before you're
go
a friend.
with.
This was before being a friend of Judy.
Yes.
Yes.
We are.
Dorothy.
We are
Okay.
pre-Dorothy. Yeah, was.
Fucking pigs.
Hey,
They've never been good at their job. Not once.
I see a 10.
I know, right? So 3 successes, yes.
Yeah, like in your time, you have caught that reference.
Oh, and so she starts with the. It's like, well, I mean, flowers in general are. Oh, you.
I like violets.
I like you.
I like you too.
You're real nice. How did you get wrapped up in all this anyway, Miss Emma?
Well, let's say family business.
Oh, your folks did. this.
My folks did some less terrible version. They were culties.
like
So
like okay or
I got rescued. It was a whole big thing, and the guy was with the Aeon Society. You met him actually. He's really nice. With the large turban.
oh Willie?
Hitley, yeah. He actually found me and took me in. Just kind of watched over me and helped raise me.
Oh, okay.
I just kind of stayed with them. I mean, they do good work.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they
Oh.
do. Yeah, I met him at some sort of fancy party when they asked me to come in and meet some people.
How did you get started with all this?
Ooh. So this is you're nice, like you have society stuff. So I got arrested because they figured out that anyway, we got to California and Oregon and
Oh, wow. Way out there.
the crops started dying and the winds came up, and we had to go because, well, my husband died, and I'm not sorry about that. I'm not. He wasn't a good man, but we made it. The people and I traveled, and like gestures to the remains on the plate of the. It's like, and we ate whatever we could find, and some of it I stole. And so when, of course, I get to California, they find out, and they tell me that I can not go to jail if I just work for the state. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm good with the woods. As long as I go into the woods, people will leave me alone. And that's what I do. And at some point, a very nice Aeon lady, Miss Victoria, comes out and says, hey, we heard you're very good at this, for a lady with... And I'm like, okay. She's like, we wanted you to come up to Toronto and meet some people. And I don't know why. She was pleasant. It was nice. It was an idea. So I went up and talked to them. And they said, can you do what you do in Oregon in other places? And that's what I do. I just go to the woods, the jungle. Alaska was pretty nice. But most of the time I'm not a city person. I'm not a big talker.
That's fair. Not everyone is, but the woods are nice too.
I can show them to you sometime if you want.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, let's get some rest, okay?
Okay. So Jackson, you head up onto the roof. Anything other than drinking wine, or what are you up to?
I'm drinking wine and pacing. You guys probably hear the roof creaking as he's just kind of walking around the outside. He's like, I don't really want to close my eyes or try to sleep or anything like that for a while.
I don't hear nothing at all.
Yeah, while y'all are talking, you probably hear the roof just creaking as he's just kind of pacing around. Basically, just alone with thoughts isn't great, but trying to shut my eyes and be still is even worse. So that's why I offered to take watch.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So a night passes into dawn. Very shortly after the sunrise, you are able to clock coming over the horizon. That sort of elongated plane. That when you see it from the outside as it moves, it doesn't operate off like the principles of aerodynamics. Like, it's not coming in for a landing. It literally just moves to above the clearing, and then like finds a spot and then lands. It's eerie. Like, it's so eerie because it does not move in the way any other ship you've seen moves.
a welcome distraction. I probably like swing back into an upstairs story window and go find everyone and wake them up.
Yeah. Eventually you all are roused by Jackson, and here's the voice from out in the clearing, like, what in the ever-loving goddamn fuck? Ugh. Goddamn telluric manifestations.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Morning, Dr. Morris.
Dipping us, we didn't decorate.
That was the Baden-Baden.
Baden-Baden. Heard of that.
That it. Not great.
No,
Appeased for now.
don't bother his altar.
I wouldn't dream of it. This is
Eye contact with him. You see him. Anyway.
Yeah. He comes in, sort of joins you guys at the table, and says, "Well,
Is he clothed?
yeah, he's clothed.
Okay.
No,
wait, he flew up. Yeah,
Yeah, he's got every.
Steak for breakfast.
He's wearing different clothes than what he left you with, and yeah, I'm not going to turn down steak for breakfast.
For some reason, these bastards.
Well, they think so highly of themselves. So obviously, you guys have had a night.
Yeah, the Matrix is.
Yeah, our corpse is down there.
Yeah, we left the corpses where they were. We had some
We were very busy.
We were busy.
I understand you did what you had to. Long, complicated relationship with that woman. Hoped one day I could bring her around, but I understand.
Not with the word she was saying. Sorry.
I understand.
We did try. We gave her the
We
option.
gave her a shot, sort of.
But,
You don't have to justify yourselves to me. Would have tried a different path, but you guys were in it.
Yeah, we didn't really have the, makes him talk sort of setup, really, at the moment, because, enemy territory.
Indeed. So,
Told us enough.
very
Told us
well.
about the ring.
So yes, this ring you say.
Yeah, like a fey ring.
There's a drawing.
He plucks the drawing and says, this tracks. So we think that...
It's wide open. It's just spilling out.
I see. So they could be coming back any time.
Yes.
Anything
Mm-hmm.
could be coming out of that any time.
Yes, apparently there are people who live over there with wings.
Really?
Show and then I point to the bird picture on the wall. Yep.
Those guys.
Yeah, he takes it in and says, well, I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I'm familiar with any of this, but I am familiar with odd places, things, gateways to other places, things that do not belong on our world, but yet there's a connection.
My big concern with going through that door is not actually, weirdly enough, the walking into another world part of it. It's mostly I don't know how close they've set up shop to the door.
That's going to be the rub of it, isn't it?
Because the door is what you definitely said you said it was in the fence.
Yeah, but the fence is turned off.
No, I'm just saying they felt cozy enough to put it in the fence, and they feel cozy on the other side of that door.
They retreated to the other side.
They
of that
retreated
door.
for safety so they feel very confident in their position there.
Yeah, there's probably close to 50 of them
We could
still.
still go look.
Oh,
Or I could still go look.
We definitely need good eyes to pass through and hopefully you're not ending up directly, they need some space to move people through it, so they
Yes,
probably
yes.
need a causeway.
Reconnaissance would definitely be...
They have two mech
Whatever-
suits they took with them too.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got one.
whatever she was working on with them, she already did a thing and they're already doing their bullshit.
He says, well,
Gosh, if only we had like a camera with like a tether on it or something, we could send the mech suit
Well,
through.
we have a camera. We could probably rig something up. I don't know how you.
I mean,
rig
there's
it, but-
there's no reason to make it harder than it is. We could either have the mech suit walk in and then walk back out with the information, or I could sneak in and then sneak back out with the
Don't get the big
information.
floodlight on the front of that next suit. so
Yeah,
nobody's
or we could
gonna
all
see.
just walk in.
Or we all just walk in.
Well, we all just walk, and we hope for the best.
Next suit.
I will say, I recommend reconnaissance. I'm not opposed to striding in and starting off whatever happens, but we should know more before we go.
I mean,
Yeah,
I appreciate the support, but it's literally why they bring me on these
No,
things.
I trust you to go, get in, get out, not get seen, and tell us what you see. I trust you to do that.
Yeah.
And, anywhere at this point.
'Cause,
We've got some of their uniforms if we need to sneak around in there.
That'll do too.
he kind of looks for a moment and says,
I'm probably still wearing
I'm
mine.
wearing mine.
Yeah. I'm wearing the bloody one from last night.
This is very uncomfortable for me. I want you to understand that.
"Oh yeah, no, I understand entirely. I've worn the clothes of the enemy a number of times, and it's not great. But actually, if you do not mind, where did you leave Miss Wexler?"
She's in the. I think she's still in the dirt on the path between the.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show her.
I did know her, and well, yeah, please.
If you want to pay proper respects, now's the time. I'll take you.
So I wasn't paying particularly close attention to whom I was cutting on. So I don't know who the closest body was.
Okay.
Probably hers. I mean, hers is in the path, not in the doorway.
Mhm.
Piled in a doorway.
You got what,
the
50-50 odds that it was her or it was the...
There was a lot of corpses near that. There was a lot of corpses to choose from, so I don't know which one I went for.
Noted. Okay, yeah. So you'll lead him to
Yep.
where the body is. Yeah. What about while that's happening? You're gonna do a reconnaissance mission?
Yep. She's gonna, actually, it'll be that moment of the like grabbing like one more ration and like hiding it in her pocket, and
All right.
then
Pocket steak. Well, I don't see pocket steak.
Snacks on snacks on snacks.
again, when you've starved, you refuse to do it ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
And what about Emma? What are you going to be doing while this happens?
Honestly, I'm probably gonna try and fuck around with the mech.
Okay. Yeah.
Just like,
There's-
there's
there's a maintenance bay over there. If you
I
can
was
find
actually-
instructions.
Actually, I wanted
Heck
to
yeah.
catch a ride over there. I wanted to catch a ride over there anyway and see if the Mechanatrix left anything of use at all.
Okay. Yeah. You guys, you want to you get the mech up, the power suit, you bring it back over to her lab. All right.
It is fun.
Yeah. So yeah, you two head over to the Mechanatrix lab. Give me a technology roll to kind of case it.
Yes.
Now there's tech.
can I use my skill trick? So I use my enigmas. On
Sure.
Science or tech.
Yeah, absolutely. That will cost some momentum.
Yes. Let me use my resolve to get every last clue.
All right. This, what kind of role is this?
Technology roll.
Take off.
Alright.
Kind of go over what's here and.
Got it.
God damn it, sevens.
Yeah, those sevens love you.
Set.
That is kind of like the cruel thing of it, of like, you know that in another world.
In the Street Fighter RPG.
One success.
One fucking success because of all these sevens.
Two. Okay. Yeah. Once again, it seemed like most of what was here was packed up. Yeah. Like as you're thinking, like this can't be like it. Like this can't be like the main place where they did stuff.
Oh, no.
At least you're getting momentum.
Yeah.
And, and, you know, at
They've
the,
already moved out.
at what point I'm like, Emma, I think the place on the other side's bigger.
But you do find
They're not
what
right.
you find is like the notes that you find are about adapting her previous work to accepting like a higher grade power source,
Bigger eggs.
or just the eggs in general. Like the eggs, from what you gather, seem to be a power source that is not on any kind of scale for what humans have been doing.
Yeah, I'm just really worried that the eggs come from over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those bird
well-
people might have eggs.
And they might
Oh,
be.
no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's what I was like, oh.
Oh no.
But that's what you find there. Jackson, you take him over to where the body is, and yeah, there's some mutilated corpses here that don't look. Let's go here. Let's go high or low on whether you actually back lobotomied the Mechanatrix. High or low?
Low.
Is low yes or no?
Low is I in fact lobotomied her.
Okay. You see, and there's just this terrible, jagged, stabbing knife wound at the back of her neck. And it doesn't take an empathy roll to see that he's not happy with that. She was brilliant.
Was. Tell.
A tragedy of her own poor decisions. And he just sort of leans down. He puts his hand over her eyes and says,
There's a hole dug in the floor of one of these cabins if you want to put her to rest properly. I don't care about these guys, but
No. I'm going to take her back with us when we leave.
nope.
He kind of effortlessly lifts her body. He says, "I appreciate it, but no."
I'll give
It's-
you a moment. Oh,
He,
sorry.
he says, "You know someone for decades, and the relationship isn't great, but what is the feeling of respect and disdain combined?
It's a good question.
If she hadn't have been so...
Respect.
Uh,
Just both.
Indeed. If she hadn't have been so how she was, she could have helped a great deal in the times to come. And he lifts her up and just takes her back to his ship. And he seems to have facilities for storing corpses on it.
I hang around in the path, probably, like, if I have any cigarettes left, I probably have one or something. Just like, I don't want to go back to where the house is because I don't want to walk through the meat fields.
The meat fields.
Yeah.
You can't smell good, guys. Like,
No, as the
I'll be a vegetarian forever.
Yeah.
He's going to be a vegetarian for a while after
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, there's already like crows like descending on it.
It's an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah, they can have that.
Caw.
Oh, indeed.
How are you approaching? How are you like? What's your plan for doing reconnaissance?
Well, she already knows the location, so I think she's going to. I think she's just trying the stealth and you know, I don't really know if any of her wilderness skills going to apply at all. But it's what she is. It's what she leans on.
Okay.
So she's going to treat those weird trees like any other weird trees.
Okay. Give me a larceny and a survival roll, please.
Okay.
Like one after the other.
Okay.
It's not a mixed action. It's just two different rolls.
Sure. Because it's weird, would you accept composure?
Sure.
Okay. This is larceny. Actually, for the larceny, would you take the specialty harsh terrain?
Yes.
Got it. No, God.
Oh, it's so good.
Cool.
It's mine.
It's great. Thank you.
The larceny or the survival?
This is the larceny.
Okay.
The skill was survival,
Okay.
so that is 2.
Okay.
Um,
And then give me the survival, please.
okay, got it. So that is 3 total with
Okay.
the enhanced.
Noted.
And anything else? No, that is a skill trick. Just check. Cool. No. Yep. Okay. So survival. And then composure again. Okay. Just a 2.
Okay. Right. So you make your way into the gate. It seems to be there's parity between night and day here, so it is day on the other side. And you are able to kind of like you walk down the path, you walk through different smells, the different temperature hits you like walking out of an airport.
Yeah, I'm sure the that's bad that's bad
Yeah,
luck,
like,
weird caloric.
It's just there's just a tingle on the air, like it.
Like walking out into Dallas.
Yeah, like just not just the temperature, not just like the smell and whatnot of a different location. There's a definite like spark in the air. Like this is a higher grade of energy that you're walking into, and you are able to kind of like once you step through, you sort of just immediately go off to one side. And you're able to sort of make it into sort of the surrounding wood area of this path. And you see, like, the road does go on, and you see the path goes onwards, and you're able to sort of follow it for a little bit, where you see, and you sort of track, you see there's the tread of vehicles, many different footpaths all going down this way. You see evidence of little kind of like roadside stalls here and there. that appear to have been like ransacked and like pushed over and like kind of torn apart. And eventually, like just upon like the edge of like where like, so the road goes on a good ways. It goes on maybe about a mile. And you're still following the tracks. And just as you start to hear sounds that aren't just natural forest sounds, which even though they're a little they're a little
Nothing
different.
that's natural forest.
Yeah, there's not. This is natural forest, but it's not. It's not your forest. It's not It's not Earth forest. But
So wilderness still feels a vibe here. It's just a different language. Okay.
and
That's calmer.
when you see something different, you see it's like sort of a natural decline begins to start. And like you move to the side a little bit, move to one side a little bit, just trying to like get a clear picture of what you're seeing because it looks a little weird. At first, you think it's like an area of like brush, like a large area of bush and brush. But when you get a couple of perspectives on it, you see that you are on the lip of a fairly large and presumably deep ravine or a crevice. Just sort of like this big hole in the ground, essentially. And what you thought was brush and bush is actually the top of trees.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of what you see, and you hear sounds. You hear the hum of engines, like going down this like path down into the ravine. And that's probably about like you probably don't feel comfortable going further without backup after that.
Yeah, and she's been away a while if it's been creeping through a mile.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Beth will turn around and head back. She will, before she goes though, like actually just pull a leaf off one of the trees and tuck it away.
Yeah, it's weird, like weird kind of like reddish purple color, and it doesn't have the normal leaf pattern to it.
But it's interesting, or at least the feeling of. It doesn't feel as alien because it still feels like a.
No, it feels like a plant.
Yeah. So she's like, okay, this is helping steady her in this.
It's just like a plant from a continent that you've never been on.
Yep. So the bearings are getting better, and heads back to the big house.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll reconvene. You guys come back from the lab after going through it. Primoris comes back from putting her body on the ship, and you guys are able to kind of sat around the table.
They're about a mile in. It looks like they may have wrecked some of the native stuff. It looks like there were some stalls or little buildings that have been like torn apart. They hold themselves in a pretty much a ravine. It's got a lot of wildlife down there. They're using it as cover, but it's weird. They're fortified, but they're also cornered.
Cornered in the sense
Could
of
they,
attacked against something.
Like I said, it's a big old ravine.
Right.
So
It's good for them, but it's also bad.
So I know this is my usual go-to. How flammable is the foliage? Do you think?
It's not a leaf. I mean,
I see how burnable it is.
It's not particularly it's not particularly like dry, but it's not like a palm tree kind of thing where it's like has some moisture to it. So I mean, it'll burn.
Okay.
It's just not like gonna go up in
It's good to know how burnable the
It's
area
kind of
that
like
they're in is.
smolder going, right?
yeah, like it does like a nice slow smolder.
I don't really know. Like, I didn't get close enough to see if they have natives with them.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say maybe rain fire down on the whole ravine.
It wasn't the plan. It was more about worrying about the spread of fire in case I start one.
So,
Again, there's stone walls, so your odds are actually not bad.
So do you think we could move in together without too much, at least through the gate?
Yeah, through the gate, I'm not really. It seems dumb to me that they haven't really posted guards, but yeah, they're.
Well,
Probably guards closer.
And that may change soon. I may have actually caught them between patrols, so we'll double check when we get there. But yeah, it was a clear mile in.
I see. Well, if you ask my opinion, we should head in, form a camp out in the woods, and go from there.
I agree.
Sounds about right.
So we did here. Hopefully there
Are
won't
we-
be any more meat clearings.
Are we going back for our supplies, or are we stealing theirs, or whatever you have on your plan?
I would say steel.
I mean, we already got these nice Mausers. Got
Yeah.
plenty of good rifles.
That's fine, as long as again there's still good equipment around and it wasn't all taken.
I'm going to be bringing mostly. I'll bring some toys, but it's mostly going to be analysis. I'm very curious about what's going on over there in terms of telluric energy and the like.
You say guns, I say sleeping bags.
Right. We do need those.
Yeah,
You know, I sleep in a bed for one night, and by one night I mean literally 3 hours, and I forget that we have to sleep outside again.
I'll go look for more supplies.
Yeah, look, yes.
Yeah,
Get all the thinking stuff done. I'll go look for more supplies.
yeah. There's, in terms of like gear and whatnot, like basic kind of gear that you would want. There's actually a good amount of it here.
Cool.
It
Yeah,
looks like they took
matches.
they took sort of like the juicy stuff.
Oh, I'll let you. Oh, I was just gonna say, while we're planning, like, we should go back to our camp, though. We promised we would bring, I don't remember his name. My character does, but I don't. But we promised we would bring that young man you met,
Joseph.
Joseph. We promised we'd bring him back with us, so we should probably bring him here. Because we're probably not gonna go back to that camp once we're out of here. The plan's right there.
How long of a proposition do you think that would take? Long?
He says, do you want me to take care of the business? If they're at where we landed previously, yes?
Not too far.
Not too far. I can tend to your friends and be back with you shortly.
That's great. That seems like the easiest thing to do.
Yeah,
It's a long hike.
Just be
they have trouble sneaking out of this
Yeah.
place.
I figured.
You can meet the young man.
Well, that also means we can.
Young man,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's totally there's one of the stalwarts with them, no doubt.
Yeah.
young one.
9-year-old kid who can hurl rocks like me.
Yeah, he literally like made a bunker.
Yeah, he can burrow apparently.
I definitely need to have a conversation with this man and see to his young man and see to his well-being. That's very good news. Well, it's good news in multiple ways. It's a conversation we can have later, but so that you don't have it lying over your head. Our records are indicating that the number of inspired are beginning to dwindle. Less and less every year. Some of the older ones are experiencing dwindling of power. So if there's a young one, that's actually, I'm definitely going to have to have a good talk with this child.
It's probably,
He's had a rough night.
I can,
but he also is interested in we mentioned the Aeon Society. Kind
He
of.
seems very eager to meet.
good. Well, all right. Well, why don't you guys head in? This is, if the communicator still works on the other side, see no reason why it wouldn't. I'll ping you when I'm ready to come through, and we'll reconnect. You guys establish a camp, and we'll go from there.
Sure.
Sounds good.
All right. And he's gets off in his ship, buzzes away.
God, that thing is weird.
Yeah, like I said, you guys see it from the outside now. It don't move like a plane. It just moves itself.
It's so weird.
There's a lot of things I don't understand, and I'm just gonna file that away into it.
Mhm.
Yes. Yep.
Alright.
All right, who wants to go to an alien world?
Please,
know-
yeah, let's get out of here, please.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's not going to
This decor
be.
is terrible.
It
Bad.
smells so bad here.
This place is bad in its own way.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not going to go deep into it. There's a lot of people out there, and their insides were now they're outside. So that's pretty stinky.
Anyway, it's an interesting place. It's not as strange as you think. I mean, it's strange, but it's not as strange as you think. You will have to sleep outside again, though. I don't really know what their weather's like. This should be interesting. Let's do it.
Yeah, it was warmer when you were there because it's like winter here. It's like late fall there. Kind of, that's the vibe you're getting.
I would hope that the fact that there are bird people means that there's nice weather somewhat so they can fly. Fingers crossed. If evolution has anything to say about it, ha ha, science.
All right. So you lead them through. You kind of take the similar path to get off the main road as quickly as possible. And you guys,
Pocket's another leaf.
yeah.
Burned by leaf.
Yeah. You kind of take them by so they can see the crevasse and with the tree top coming out of it. And then with your assembled skills, you're able to find a concealed place, like there's some rock outcroppings that you guys can set a camp up at. And as you guys are getting yourselves established, that is where we leave off for tonight. You're now in the other world of the Winged One.
Yay.
I gave David Small another one.
You sure did,
sure
didn't you?
Yep.
But hey, by doing that, you got all those people out of occupied Germany.
That-
So
Hey,
we're going with that.
Small victories.
Yep.
The thing.
It's small again. It's fine.
He's in the school for gifted youngsters period of his life. All right. So can I get the book, please?
No. Yes.
Burr. All right. So did we have fun tonight?
Yep.
Fantastic.
We got Jackson got to experience a massive horror.
Oh no. Well, you've seen some shit. He was in the war. You've traveled all over the world. It's probably the worst thing Jackson's actually seen to this point. I think we've got at least one short aspiration.
All right. Yeah. So did everyone get a short-term aspiration?
Yes.
Let's go, Beth. What did you get?
I have get kids to safety and get to know Emma better.
All right. What about Melvin?
I got get kids to safety, and if a Nazi skull counts as something, I blew it up with a Tolord bolt.
It sure does. And Emma?
Nobody died,
That's true.
and I got to know Beth better.
Okay. And Jackson?
Nazi.
Yep. And you're technically out of those woods
All right,
alive.
I'll take it.
All right. So everyone gets one per aspiration, and then everyone gets one for everyone having done so.
Woo!
And what about long-term aspirations? Yeah, Melvin absolutely took care of y'all took care of the matriarchs, and she was also neutralized for Jackson.
Yeah.
So that is 2 long-term aspirations, leaving only
I'm
Emma.
old now.
That is worth 2 XP.
You have a very big goal.
I do. Like, spiritual enlightenment can come in this other world, I'm sure.
We'll have to see, won't we? Maybe bird people are enlightened and have secrets and wisdom.
I mean, if apparently their eggs can be used to power.
Well,
We don't know.
we don't know that,
We
but
don't know. But
It was
eggs-
just
the word
a
egg.
guess.
that would be dreadful.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's pretty
Unborn
awful.
children.
All right.
I love kids.
I believe you definitely spent half the momentum, at least twice.
Yeah.
Which apparently I've been doing that as a one and done, but each time it happens. So yeah, and you've done at least 2 scenes where you did momentum, so that's gonna be 2 extra XP. And you have also achieved this other story milestone by going into the other world.
Yeah.
That is 1, yes. So that should be a good hump and chunk.
Okay. So it's 2 times for the change of momentum, and then 1 for change of world.
Yes.
All right,
Well,
cool.
yeah. So that should be plenty. Does anyone have anything they would like to plug for the indeterminate point in time when this is going to be broadcast?
Well, you can join me on the fiery hellscape that awaits us all.
There's always the Geek Girls podcast. If you like to hear about ladies talk about nerdy things.
Indeed.
Do you
We
mind?
got an interview Will Wheat once. It was awesome.
Nice.
Link will be in the show
Of
notes.
course he will.
Of course he was nice. He's a real sweetheart. Did you talk to him about when he's bringing back his other podcast with Mikey? It's not happening.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. I'm sure I would have been sad.
The usual take care of yourselves and each other, trans rights are human rights, and the world is a dark place. Figuratively or literally, punch Nazis when you get the chance. Thank you.
It's the only good in the world. Punch Nazis.
Make your light when you can.
Mm-hmm. Anything from you two?
I mean, there's a podcast associated with this fine network.
Yeah, there is, absolutely.
If you enjoy mine and Scott's stylings, where we talk about pop culture and whatnot every once in a while. Also, sometimes role playing, I would imagine. That's on this wonderful network.
All right. Well, unless there's anything else, I can plug my stuff.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed tonight's play, you can support us by following us on Twitter at Simulacra RPGs. Support us by following us on Twitch and YouTube at Simulacra TV. But the best way would be to go to patreon.com/Simulacra Studios, where you can sign up to be a patron. The primary benefit of which is that you get access to our private Discord, where you can talk to me, all past and present players of the Simulacra games, and you also get early access to casting calls if you want to be on one of our shows. That would definitely help keep the lights on, yes. So see y'all later. We'll see you next time on the Undesirables. More Nazis to punch.
Always punch Nazis.